Let's wait. All right, guys, I believe we are live. It's Bradley. This is Team Top 5 back at it for the third installment. Thank you very much, everybody, for stopping by. And can't wait for this to go. So let's get this started. So how about we introduce everybody first? I'm Bradley, and my channel is TRIPLEINC. And, of course, you probably know all these other gentlemen here, but let's start off. Man, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, guys. My name is Manny, part of Team Top 5. If you're watching Team Top 5 live, my channel is called Cascade Sense, and you guys don't know who I am already. It's youtube.com/Cascade Sense. Be happy to see you guys there, but of course, it's Team Top 5 live. On to my next brother. Who's up next?
Yes, I'll go next.
Yep.
So this is Ashton from Gents. If you guys are unaware of the channel, just glad to be here. Don't have too much of an introduction, but yeah, if you guys are unaware, it's Gents.
Hi guys, I'm Timmy, the mysterious member of Team Top 5.
Who never shows his face.
Yeah, even if I do, you guys can't see it anyway.
Yeah.
So I have a channel called Imagine Sent. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, make sure you do. As for all the other channels on here as well, hashtag Team Top 5. Let's start this live casting.
Hey,
Hashtag Team Top 5 live, fam.
That's what's up. Sweet.
Alrighty.
All right, so cool. Let's start off then with our sense of the day, what we are all rocking today. I don't know about where you guys live, but it was like 90 degrees here where I live in Virginia, super hot. So for my scent of the day, I wore two of them actually. I rocked Tom Ford Costa Azura this morning. I dressed it up a little bit going into church, and I love that smoky, kind of a slightly smoky, I guess, sandalwood or not driftwood and seaweed type of vibe that it had. And right now I'm wearing CK2 by Calvin Klein. Really good high heat fragrance, very underrated in my opinion as well. So those are my 2 cents of the day. What about you, Manny?
Yeah, we got it right here. Bal d'Afrique by Byredo, or as I would like to call it, Bay d'Afrique.
How would I?
Yeah, like, so super happy fragrance. That's kind of what I get from it. We're talking African marigold and lemon, super juicy up at the top, kind of floral. Dries down to a very clean vetiver, just perfect for the summer. Bal d'Afrique.
I guess I'll go next. So today I've actually been mainly just working on making fragrances because I've been doing that a lot lately. So I haven't really been wearing anything today because I'm trying to not have it screw up my olfactive sense while I work through everything. But I did do a couple sprays of this much earlier in the day.
Ooh.
Gallivant Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Oh, Brooklyn.
That's Brooklyn. It's not really coming through, but it's Brooklyn. Okay. So it's a little citrusy, a little resinous, some amber in there. It's actually really nice. It only comes in those tiny little 30 ml bottles, but it's legit. I like it.
Those are sick. Yeah, I love the presentation. Yeah,
those are awesome.
Yeah, they're cool.
Sweet. And Timmy?
All right, so my fan of the day is actually what I bought yesterday, and it's one of Manny's favorite Dior Privés, and it's actually Gris Montagna. Yeah, I'm wearing Gris Montagna. Perfect fragrance. It's actually my second favorite from the line. It's actually the only other ones I probably do like from the line. Maybe Bois d'Argent could be in there too, but Gris Montagna.
You don't like Iris. Come on.
Maybe.
Okay,
maybe.
You have to tell everyone what you did to me earlier, like, and how uncool that shit was.
I made a video of me unboxing Gris Montagna, but I replaced the Gris Montagna bottle with Fève Delicious.
Why would you do that? That Dizzle in
a Gris Montagna case. Oh man,
that's Dizzle.
That was funny, guys. It's in the Facebook group, guys. Cascade Sent Fragrance Forum Facebook group. You want to see that awesome prank video?
Thank you for the shout. I appreciate that. All right.
Sweet.
Oh man, unreal.
All right.
But if you guys want to tell us your sense of the day, please let us know in the chat. We'd love to know. And we do have a Q&A towards the end, so leave us our questions afterwards. But what's next?
All right, cool. So we got like a loaded live stream right here. So we're going to be playing a little fragrance Would You Rather mini game here very, very shortly. Right before we do that, we're going to sort of talk about some fragrance news, some new releases. And then, of course, after that, we have our trademarked Hot or Not series. And you'll have to wait to see what the category is going to be on that. It's going to be a little bit of a surprise. And we'll go through that. And then, just like Manny said at the end, we will be taking all your guys' questions for a live question and answer session. So make sure that you wait towards the end, and we will answer as many questions as we can. So you guys ready for this right here? We all ready? Team Top 5, let's do this. Okay. So I thought we should start off with some fragrance news, and there wasn't like a whole lot of it this week, but I think that there were some couple notable new releases, especially for all those Yves Saint Laurent fans out there. They're apparently releasing a new fragrance coming out towards, I believe, August or September-ish, and it's going to be called Yves Saint Laurent Y, and it's apparently made for like the generation Y of those people born in the 80s and coming into the 90s. So I thought that was a very interesting sort of concept, and it's nice to see Yves Saint Laurent kind of come out with some new scents now and diverge a little bit from the L'Homme line. What do you guys think about that?
Good question. Personally, I'm super excited. I don't know what to expect from this. I'm going to say something super safe. If it's going to target Generation Y, who, like us, have been accustomed to wearing very safe offerings for the most part, at least mainstream-wise, I would think something super safe. That being said, has experimented with various fresh, spicy style scents, various fruity scents from like the La Nuit de l'Homme line, and grassy stuff from L'Homme Libre. So it's just hard to say what they could do designer-wise that may or may not blow our minds. Just because it is Yves Saint Laurent, in my personal opinion, I think it's going to be bust. I'm just going to call it right now. I think they do very good designer-level offerings, but nothing has really made me fall in love with anything in a minute. So we'll see. Who knows? Ashton?
Do they have the notes out for it yet?
No, I'm looking at Fragrantica right now, and it's no notes.
Yeah, I didn't find any notes myself when I was looking, so I was just wondering if maybe there was something out there, because then I could form a little bit more of an opinion as to what they might be going for.
Based on what you know about YSL, how do you feel?
I feel like it will probably be on the safer side of things. This could be even something that maybe is like going toward that like gentleman-only casual chic kind of vibe, just based off of the way the bottle looks and everything.
Those were actually
could be complete. I mean, that could be wrong, but that just kind of comes off as what it might be going toward. L'Homme Ultime, I actually really liked personally. So I don't hate YSL, but it's they are a little bit on the safe side of things usually. So I guess, yeah, personally, I think I'll just wait. And then when it comes out, I'll sample it and make up my mind then, especially with having no notes. So I can't really formulate too much of an opinion.
Cool.
All right.
What are you, Timmy?
So yeah, guys, I'm looking at Fragrantica right now. I don't know if this is going to be a good release, because look at all the dislikes already.
Come on.
Oh yeah, Fragrantica.
If any of you guys are disliking on Fragrantica before release, quit.
It's also apparently a nighttime winter scent.
Yeah, and it's apparently like has similarities to some SpongeBob fragrances. So
yeah, and Gary from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh my! I'll go the same route as Ashton here. I really cannot form any opinion on it just yet. But if I was to make a rough guess, it's gonna go in that same kind of like generic, freshy line of fragrances that you see like in cheapy stores or stuff like along that line.
Yeah.
I don't see them doing anything like overly daring or overly different, because it is like a younger generation, and younger generation like us I think we all used to be at that level where we like fresh fragrances only. That's when we all started. I think that's what they're gonna do. So I don't think it's gonna be still you. But I think that's what they're gonna aim for. Just looking at the color of the juice and the bottle design, it just seems that style. So
yeah, sweet. All right, yeah. So yeah, I think we're definitely gonna be waiting on you, Yves Saint Laurent, to see what you can do with this one. Hopefully, keep the fingers crossed. It's gonna be a good one. Looking for like a kind of like a classical masculine, maybe powerhouse scent. We'll see about that. So we eagerly awaiting that one. Another one that just came out, guys. Chanel. I know you're gonna really enjoy that one, man. You're right. This is the new Chanel for women called Gabrielle. I believe that's how it's pronounced.
Manny is a collaboration with OG Gabrielle.
So this one, I think it's going to get a lot of interest. You know, they're saying opening a new chapter in the history of Chanel. They've gone so long with the Chanel number 5, you know, the Chanel Coco Mademoiselle and all, you know, they've sold so many of those, but it's gonna be interesting to see where they sort of open a new chapter and take this new scent. And they're describing it as an abstract floral fragrance that's described to be very feminine and has some kind of white flowers and tuberose. So I'm expecting it to be a very floral fragrance, but I'm going to be very interested to see if this skews like I think it's going to skew. I think it's going to skew very sort of old woman-ish, because that's generally, I think, what tuberose and white florals tend to do. But it's going to be interesting to see if maybe it smells a little bit more youthful and would be good for like the younger ladies out there. But very interested on this one. What do you guys think about it?
All right. Where's Manny at? Did
Where
we
you
lose
at, Manny?
What's up?
Oh, we lost Manny, I think.
Oh no.
Uh-oh, he couldn't handle it.
You couldn't handle Gabrielle.
Yeah, I was waiting on Manny to talk.
Hopefully I'll come back.
I mean, personally, looking at the note breakdown, it looks like it might be a little more modern, maybe a little more, it could skew a little bit younger to middle age, instead of, which I guess they probably want to go for, right? Probably don't want to make anything nowadays and invest a whole bunch of money into something that's going to come out and smell like an old person's perfume. So some of these notes too kind of pop out at me, like the black currant.
Yeah,
I dig that. Sandalwood and musk, if that's done well, that could be really kind of sensual in the dry down. So, it's not something I'm going to wear myself, I would imagine, but it'd be worth checking out for your lady friends out there.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, looking at the notes, like I do see how it can be perceived as like a grandma-ly fragrance. I do see the tuberose, and tuberose is it's a really grandma-related note. So,
it can be, yeah.
Yeah, it really can be. But what I'm super excited about is that the perfumer is Olivier Poge, and hopefully they didn't neuter his creativity with this, because it is a brand new line. You can't do anything that's the same. So hopefully they give him full range of creativity to do this. Because we all know Olivier Poche, he's creative. He's super creative when it comes to these things. I like that ylang ylang is in there. It's actually one of my favorite floral notes. I like that there's black currant and musk. Those are the two highlights for me. I hope those are more prominent than the white florals, because we've seen too many white floral fragrances.
Oh yeah.
But to me, the opening seems clean. There's a bunch of citrus. It's gonna be a clean orange blossomy opening. Hopefully there's enough musk and black currant in there to make it like something new, at least.
I would hope so. I mean, they describe it as solar and airy. So I'm assuming if they're going to describe it that way, it's not going to be like a really thick, powdery old woman grandma fragrance.
Hopefully
Otherwise,
not.
They completely screwed up the description.
Apparently the projection is enormous, though, basing on the rating.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Manny back.
Manny's back.
Welcome back.
So,
Okay,
Manny,
so
what's
yeah,
your
I DC obviously. Just forewarn guys, if I DC again, I'll just use a different line. So just so you know, but it might take me a minute to rejoin on that end. But yeah, we're talking about Gabrielle. Is that correct? Is that what I missed?
Yep.
your turn.
Okay, so it's obvious that I am super excited for this. Yeah, like just knowing me, like you guys think I'm like I would like something like this, or because I'm looking at the notes here, and I'm like, yo, we're talking, white florals and sandalwood, like grandma vibe. Yeah, like I'm so about this. I'm so about this. I honestly cannot wait. Like I'm dead ass. I'm dead serious. I cannot wait. Especially this is one of Olivier Poge's, first, designer level offerings for Chanel. I'm definitely excited for that.
There was low.
I mean, there's that, but I'm talking like not, flanker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like an original.
So
new
this is
yes.
This is completely original. Of course, it's a throwback to Gabrielle Coco Chanel herself. So I'm buzzing. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting something very airy, yet not out of Hiddick, but right in a vintage Chanel type of way. Hopefully it's somewhat modern at the same time. That is Olivier Poge's style, is very modern smelling stuff from beforehand. But if anyone's going to neuter his creativity in that regard, it is the House of Chanel. So I'm really excited to see what he comes up with.
Don't neuter Olivier.
You know they will. You know they will.
Oh yeah.
You know they will.
Yeah. Sweet. All right. So definitely high hopes, seemingly from everybody for this one. So can't wait to see what Chanel's.
Yeah.
Oh, Bradley, we lost your sound. Bradley, your sound's gone.
Is it good?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good now.
Okay, sure. Okay. Oops. All right. So let's go with one more. This is from Comme des Garçons, and it's called Concrete. And this is one out of left field. I know. I don't know if you guys have heard this one. It's definitely interesting. I'm looking at the picture right now on Fragrantica, and it's like sitting next to some kind of cinder block, and the bottle is cool shit. Though, I'm not gonna lie. It's got like it actually looks like a block of concrete. Too bad, of course, we were just talking about this earlier, that they can't freaking make the bottle sit upright. It always lies down. Stupidest bottle design in history. We know, but yeah, this one says it's supposed to be like sort of tricky, right? It's got this hard exterior bottle. So you're expecting a hard scent, but they're saying it's supposed to be a soft scent inside, which I find pretty interesting. And I think it's sandalwood is one of the main notes that's in here. It's probably going to have some sort of peppery vibe to it, and maybe some sort of like industrial concrete thing. Who knows? But that looks pretty interesting. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm a fan of Comme des Garçons as far as the art house type of way of looking at them. Not necessarily the fragrances, because I own way more Comme des Garçons items that aren't fragrance related. I own maybe 2 Comme des Garçons fragrances. Yeah, so that'd be Incense Series Trois, Avignon, and Kyoto, as well as the So the rest, I own like a few Comme des Garçons like shirts and shoes and stuff. But real talk, the house is based on how synthetic they are. Like that's their gimmick. Is like we're gonna make stuff out of left field and tell you what we're trying to channel. It's just not going to smell like anything you've smelled before. More often than not, fragrance-wise, that's what they do. So if they're trying to channel a concrete vibe with a synthetic sandalwood, that's going to be really interesting. The thing is with Comme des Garçons fragrances, you're paying for the creativity of the blend, not the ingredients, because nothing there that they're actually using, to me, seems of high quality, which is good because their fragrances aren't too expensive anyway. So it's just... I'm eagerly awaiting it. I like the idea of trying to smell like, concrete, as weird as that sounds.
A construction worker, basically.
I mean, I don't think they're going to go in that vibe. It's more like maybe like after the construction's done, like you walk into like a new outdoor mall and there's concrete everywhere, it looks white, and it just feels like that kind of fresh, if that makes any sense. So who knows? We'll see. But I'm also buzzing about it too.
Sweet. What do you think about that, Ashton?
Yeah,
interesting.
I'm not sure what to think about it. Because they just said sandalwood, and then it's supposed to smell like concrete. So,
well,
yeah. Obviously, I would assume it's going to be some kind of more synthetic sandalwood, like Manny alluded to. And then outside of that, I'm honestly not sure what to expect. Like, I'm not sure if it's going to be one of those things where it smells completely different than what you would expect it to, or if it's going to be just like, the road after it smells or after it rains or something, which would put it more in line, I guess, with like a Narciso Rodriguez or whatever.
Wet cement, yeah.
So I guess it really depends. The issue with this one is there's nowhere for me to really sample this around here. And I don't foresee myself ever going out of my way to purchase samples of it. So,
I can't see you liking it, knowing your tastes, fam. Like,
yeah, I might not, honestly. So I do like some of Comme des Garçons fragrances. I own Wonderwood. I own Man 2. And then Wonder Oud is one that I've thought about getting. But this one, I'm not really sure. I mean, I don't know, honestly, that I'm ever going to have a chance to smell it anyway. So, because there are just so many things out there that I would rather blind buy if I were going to do that.
You're so YOLO.
YOLO.
I blind buy like
do it
all
or
the
die.
time. Yeah.
All right, Timmy, you've been awful quiet over there. What do you think about this one?
I was actually looking for a new paperweight.
Oh,
I'm gonna use that one.
dang.
I use that one. It looks kind of cool. It has a concrete look to it. No. All jokes aside, I love sandalwood. You know, it's my favorite woody note. But I've tried a lot of Comme des Garçons. I've not really been impressed with many of them. I like the incense series. You know, Avignon, Kyoto, that series is really good.
It's the basic bitch series from.
It's the basic series. Yeah, but
it's
it's
the one that you go
That's
to.
the one I like too. Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's done well. It's done well, in my opinion. It turns incense into it did incense in a lot of different ways. That's interesting. But with this one, I'm really not sure. I don't have an opinion on it because none of the fragrances I've tried were bad, but none of them were impressive either. So I don't know what to do. What to say about this one. But if anyone has access to it, it's probably gonna be me in Las Vegas at parties.
I have access to it too.
Oh well, you guys can let me know what you think about it, and then I'll make my decision.
Yeah, we got you. We'll send you some samples.
Here's the thing as well, like it is Comme des Garçons, and I know Tim is also like an ingredient / quality whore when it comes to fragrances. Like when it comes to like, you know, House of Matriarch and a lot of the bougie stuff we like. So when it comes to like Comme des Garçons, it's like you either like their blends or you don't. Like that's pretty much it, you know. Because if you're expecting to pay like $95 for like a 50 ml and expect to get something of even Creed ingredient quality, you're not going to get it. Period. So it's just really interesting fragrance house, you know. And a lot of people call them out on being niche and not designer, which I completely disagree with. Because if your primary focus is clothes, then to me you're still a designer.
Yeah,
they're just
this is a hidden designer brand, man.
That's that never-ending argument that everyone always has on the fragrance groups.
They make niche blends with designer level ingredients.
Yeah,
is how I feel about them, without a doubt. So that's that.
Yeah, because their fragrances themselves, for the most part, are much more on the niche side of things as far as being more inventive and out there and everything. Because they're not trying to come at you with like their version of Sauvage or whatever. So
true.
Yeah. I mean, they don't follow trends. They try to create their own trends. You know, Rei Kawakubo, the head of Comme des Garçons, she's a really interesting woman. She tries to come up with artsy stuff, but it's just, you know, I don't feel like, you know, it's on the level of some perfume-only houses.
Yeah.
Or
La Nuit de Garçon and Garçon Sauvage.
Wow.
It's next. It's going to be next.
They're going to watch our cast and going to be like, oh, that's a great idea.
All right, we should copyright that right now.
It's the one house, though, that will not listen to anyone. The one designer house that will not listen to anyone.
Yeah.
Because of what their market is. Like, if you have been into, like, downtown cores of, like, Asian couples dressing like one another with their matching Comme des Garçons shirts and their Adidas Stan Smiths, like, literally, like, their clothes don't look like anyone else's.
Yeah, that's true.
Period. You know? And their fragrances don't really smell like anyone else's, too. Like, there's not a single clone in their fragrance house. Yeah. Everything is original. So I'll give them credit for that.
That's true. All right. Yeah, so it seems like very interesting. Will the new Comme des Garçons, will that be relegated to a mere paperweight? We'll see about that. So, yeah, I don't know if you guys have any other fragrance news you want to talk about, or those are pretty much all the new ones that I think were really worth talking about. Or also, guys, in the comments, let us know if you want us just really quickly to talk about any new scent that's coming out that we haven't talked about yet.
I have actually quick news. I actually smelled the dry down of Viking the other day.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
The new Creed.
Yep, but the dry down is just a signature Creed ambergris, so there's really nothing all that special. What I'm really interested about is how the opening smells and how the mid smells. But the one that they had it on this concrete tile, and it already have dried down a while ago. So I was smelling the very, very last stages of the fragrance. It does smell nice. It is masculine, nice. But yeah, that's really all I have to say on that Viking update. It will be released in October, and it will be at.
I'll believe it when I see it.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, all the boutiques, all the Creed boutiques here said October. So hopefully they keep with that, and we get to sample it.
Gonna suck potentially buying it at retail though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But they're gonna sell a bunch of bottles right off the gate.
Yeah.
With a name like Viking, come on. And
they're marketing it as like the next Ventus. That's what they're saying. It's the next.
Yeah,
You can tell by the whole bottle and everything.
Yeah.
I mentioned it before. I'm like, they should just make this a flanker. Call it a Ventus Red. I think Ventus Red. Hella good.
Harry Ellis.
You have the red going around it, on some Ventus tip. So it's like trying to bite its swag, obviously. And if you're going to have the signature Creed freshness in it, you're not really doing anything new. You might as well try to hop on the bandwagon that you already created. So Ventus Red, I think that would be dope. I'm not sure how you guys feel in the chat, but let us know.
Yeah.
All right. If you like that name. Or Viking.
Sweet. All right. So with that wrapped up, let's get into a little fragrance mini game right here. This is going to be a Would You Rather game. I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see. You guys don't know how Would You Rather games work. It's pretty simple. You basically have two options, and these are they're all fragrance related, and it's basically going to be which one would you rather do? Would you choose between this option or this option? And we chose some pretty interesting ones here, so hopefully it'll be entertaining. And of course, if you guys want in the comments to follow along and see which ones you guys would rather do, you can let us know about that.
Yeah, right. Let us know your answer down below.
Oh yeah, so it's gonna be awesome. All right, so first one. This one is kind of starting us off light compared to some of the other ones. They're not all that bad, but this first one is, would you rather personally discontinue the entire Tom Ford private blend collection or personally discontinue the entire Dior La Collection Privé? And when I say personally, everybody knows that you did it. So all those like crazy Tom Ford fans out there, all those crazy La Collection Privé Dior fans, Manny.
Seems like burn your house down. Seems like a career ending for any reviewer.
Basically. So you got to pick your poison.
This is free. This is so free. This is so easy.
Oh, no, yeah.
Okay. Manny, you go ahead.
Okay, so here's the thing, and I'm pretty sure y'all will echo this too, because I don't think it's hard to look at this any other way. Now, when you think of the Tom Ford private blend collection, you think of the top tiers like, Tobacco Vanille, Noir de Noir, Tuscan Leather, maybe a couple more. But other than that, you think of variety. They have covered nearly every genre. They got Chypras, they got woodies, they got leathers, they got aquatics, they got florals, they got spices. They kill it, So shout outs to Tom Ford for trying to cover nearly everything in the private blend collection. The issue is that Estee Lauder reformulations have not been kind. Unlike the Christian Dior La Collection Privé stuff, where everything is nearly a beast. But they don't have nearly as much variety, which is the issue. Not only that, I think, again, I've mentioned this on previous casts, some of the blends are kind of obvious to me, which I don't appreciate. But that's a bigger gaping hole for me because they don't have as many fragrances. So that's the thing. Are you going to go with variety, or are you going to go with less variety, but more performance and more bang for your buck value-wise? I don't think it's close. You have to go with, you're going to discontinue the Tom Ford private blend collection. At this time, there are... at this time, you can find better vanillas than Tobacco Vanille. As far as 2017 Tobacco Vanille, you can find other alternatives to Tuscan Leather that may or may not outperform it. We're talking other alternatives on leather in general, and the aquatics aren't worth it. They never were from this line. Let's be real. We're talking $4.50 per ml for
crazy
aquatics that don't smell like they're even $100. No, it's not even close. You have to discontinue this line if you have to pick one to discontinue, because the La Collection Privé stuff, bang for your buck. They're giving you designer level prices with niche level ingredients, and that's just really hard to hate on. So I'm sorry, Brooklyn fragrance lover, I love you. I will visit you sometime towards the end of summer, I'm pretty sure, but I can't. I'm sorry, I have to discontinue the private blend collection.
Ooh, dang. Silence. Wow.
Silent.
Yeah. All right, Ashton, what about you?
Okay, so this is a difficult one. Like I'm not going to pretend like it's not. I wouldn't want either of them to get completely discontinued, obviously. For me personally, I would discontinue the Dior line.
Wow.
Even with 2017 Tom Ford at that value?
Yeah. Because for me personally, and this goes back to the whole thing, I know that you do MSRP with everything, but I don't pay remotely near retail for any of my Tom Ford private blends. Like, not close. I get them for 450 ml bottle in like the $115 to $125 range most of the time. And
I get that, but we're talking like, if we're talking discontinuing, we're talking.
I still wear the Tom Ford private blends.
Yeah.
Much more than the Dior.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah, like I love Mita, I love Bois d'Argent. There are a lot of fragrances in that line that I love, but realistically, the Tom Ford private blend covers all seasons, day and night, much more completely than the Dior Privé line does for me. And but I just wear them more often. Even 2017, Ombre Leather 16 is a good release.
Oh, wow.
Mandarino di Amalfi Aqua is not great, but it's pretty good for a nice smelling aquatic summer fragrance. Costa Azura I like. There are a lot of private blends that I'll wear, you know, throughout the year. I reach them much more often. So I know that their quality, maybe on like a 1-to-1 basis, is not the exact same as with the Dior Privé line.
Power of numbers.
Power of numbers. Yeah, there's so many. Because I have like 30 private blends, and I don't even think that's half of them. You know, there's so many out there.
Yeah, like I get that.
Cool. Timmy, what about you, man?
Wow. Now this is also, for me, this is not a hard one at all, because in the, like you guys have mentioned before, in Dior, they last longer. They're more worth it for the price, but there's a lot of like, what the fuck released in there. Like, new look? What? New look? Grand Ball? What? Come on.
Yeah. And I have those ones too, and they're nuts.
Oh man, Grand V is trash. Okay. For real, man. That is one of the worst fragrances here.
Too strong.
Oud Ispahan.
Ispahan.
Yo, we might get shot for that one because we are publicly known Oud Ispahan haters.
Yeah, the thing is, like,
I didn't say that.
There's a lot of other stuff for rose oud out there for Ispahan, you know? That's not going to be too missed. The only thing that's going to miss about that one is the performance. But yeah, discontinued Dior. I already bought the two that I want.
Yeah.
But
dang. So just gonna cut them off just like that, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I
think when it comes down to like Dior, from the Privé line, there are like 4-ish that I really, 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 really like, and then a lot of the other ones are kind of not really there for me. You know, like Bois d'Argent, Mita, Fève, maybe Gris Montagne.
Yeah. No, I get that.
About like those, and then past that, it becomes a lot harder, because then after those, there's a big drop off in how much I like them.
Yeah. True. I feel the exact same way. At least with Tom Ford, like, I love the variety. I love that there's a lot of clones going on for them. It's because they're very interesting fragrances, you know. And like every new release from Tom Ford, not recently. Recently, they've been like not doing quite well with the new releases. They've been going with the trend of the fresh trend of 2017. They've been going with that. I'm waiting for them to drop that trend and go back to creative, you know, heavy juice that they used to do.
I mean, I think they were doing that with the Vera series as well as Ombre Leather 16. But maybe they might alternate to go from like summer to winter, summer to winter every year, like Mugler, for example. I don't know. It's hard to say.
But but I'm waiting for that. For them to release something new, and it's exciting. Like, I'm not really that excited for any Dior Privé release, but I'm really excited for a Tom Ford private blend release.
Well, they did have those what was it, like 7 new releases from the Dior Privé line that were spotted in France or whatever, but they haven't officially announced yet.
I smelled the new Le Cour Noir, I think.
Yeah.
Was it Le Cour Noir?
Oh, Le Cour Noir was like meh.
It's meh. It was like, oh, whatever. No. I feel like
I know one person ever who owns it.
So,
like, I know one person.
I'm gonna pass it on to Bradley now.
All right. So this is like really, really, really tough. When I was making this question, I'm like, this is gonna be a hard one for me personally, but like I'm just gonna echo what a lot of you guys have been saying. It's like you can't deny just the sheer versatility and like the wide spectrum of the Tom Ford private blend. They got literally any kind of scent in there for any individual. And while I do like, you know, there are some Dior Privés I absolutely love, they don't just have the same wide range for me. And I will say, you know, they're about on par with each other in terms of quality, but you know, I also do like the Tom Ford bottles a lot better too, but that's just me. But yeah, I'm gonna sadly have to discontinue the Dior La Collection Privé, and I have a feeling that all of our subscriber base is gonna like drop by about 100 or something. That's all I was gonna say. Unsubscribe. All those Privé Dior fans are gonna.
Where did 2,000 of my subscriber go?
All right, just gone in the wind. Yeah. So that's gonna be that one for me. It's pretty tough, but looks like 3 of us wanted to discontinue La Collection Privé Dior, and Manny is the odd one out.
But like, here's the thing.
I can see it though. Yeah.
As someone who not grew up with the Tom Ford private blends, the fact that I have to pay more for less in 2017 is asinine. It's crazy. Like, so variety, yes, that's cool. I understand that. But if we're talking discontinue, like, there's so many fragrances that are available to us that are discontinued on, on discount websites. So that's why I'm doing this on the retail level, because, like, for example, I can still find like, what's it called, white suede and all, like Amber Absolute on some websites and stuff like that.
Yep.
So like that's why I kind of looked at it this way, but it's just I just feel like it's unfair. My Noir de Noir lasts 7 hours tops. Wow. So like it's hard for me to not discontinue Tom Ford. But
yeah,
again, you're right. You guys killed it with the variety.
Yeah,
1000% correct. For sure.
All right, sweet. All right, so we'll go on now to question number 2. Now this one's definitely a little bit of an interesting one that sort of challenges us as frag heads of, if we could only stick to one scent or if we would rather wear multiple ones. So the question is, would you rather only be allowed to wear your all-time favorite fragrance, and that's the only scent you can wear for the rest of your life? You gotta ditch all your other ones. Or would you be able to keep and wear 5 fragrances that you only consider to be average? So, just fragrances that are kind of for you, middle of the road, but you have, obviously more to wear. You have 5, so you can switch it up. Or would you just rather wear your all-time favorite one constantly? So, Manny, what do you think about that one?
Yeah.
All of Manny's fragrances smell the same.
Would you only be allowed to wear your all-time favorite scent or keep 5 scents you consider only average?
Yeah.
No, it's funny because like Tim says, like my fragrances like all smell the same, but like it's like there's all these sweet gourmands that you could only have one of for just like X amount of occasions, but this guy has like 5 of them. No, but like he's not wrong. I'm not gonna front. Like my tastes are pretty rudimentary. That being said, I would probably want my all-time favorite scent. It's just hard to part ways.
Is that the G water?
G water,
or something like that. Yeah. So like, I would rather have 1 bottle of G water, 1 bottle of Silver Mountain water, 1 bottle of Lyric Man, rather than 5 I consider average. Like, I'm like maybe 5 like really, really, really good designers, or 5 really, really good niche that I just didn't really emotionally connect to as much. It just, why would I, if I love something that much, I don't think I would get tired of it. I know some people really love certain scents and don't wear it as often as a result, but if there's a fragrance that I love that I can't get tired of, then that means I really love it. And I think that's what I would rather go with.
Sweet, solid answer. What are you, Ashton? What do you think about that one?
So by average, we mean something like Nautica Voyage, or something like that.
Yeah, it's ones that just like don't, that you don't love but you don't hate. The ones that you. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Just I would go with my favorite.
Okay.
Because I would get so bored from 5 basic ass fragrances. Because when I think of something average, I think of something like I said, like Nautica Voyage, where you smell it and you're like, oh, that's nice, but it's not anything that I smell and I'm like, oh, that's really interesting or that's really great. So I would get really, really bored of those. So I'd probably just stick with something like green Irish tweed or something that I could wear all the time.
GIT, yeah.
Yeah. Get.
Cool. All right, Timmy.
Same answer, man. There's no way. Like I'm a niche head mainly. You guys all know this, and
You're such a niche whore, bro.
You are. What's with you, snobby douche?
There's niche whores like him and I, but there's niche snobs. So like,
no, that's true.
We're just whores. Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, that's the difference.
There's a difference. But yeah, I'll go with my favorite, and
Coco
personally,
Blanc.
I would wear Coco Blanc year round, because that's just, to me, like, I don't care about getting compliments really. That's just for purpose of testing for the viewers. But like, to me, Coco Blanc is my favorite fragrance to smell ever. Like, I can take a bath in that fragrance. I don't care. I love that smell so much, and I would rather wear that one for like the rest of my life.
That's such an expensive bath.
Yeah, that's
it is such an expensive.
That's $660 an ml. Like,
yeah.
Can Matrix sponsor me a few gallons?
Fam, you already have a fragrance with them.
Might as well.
Yeah, for real. I mean, what more do you want there?
Oh, do it for your commercial. You think you should be in a commercial? Just have it like cascading everywhere. Just. Oh my God.
I'm gonna hit up Christy Michelle right now and be like, "Hey, I've been thinking about this great fragrance as I've been working on these oils. Maybe we could work together."
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you never know, dude. She's actually very nice.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I've talked to her. She's cool.
Sweet. All right. Wow. So shockingly, I'm gonna go. I think actually for 5 fragrances, I only consider average because
What?
I know.
Bro.
I'm not. Okay. Wait.
No more sorrow chrome.
Yo, I got it. Hold on. Before
Okay.
you can, Brad, 5 Atelier colognes.
Honestly,
Are those considered average?
probably not for me. No, but like for me, you guys probably know pretty much my all-time favorite fragrance is Azzaro Chrome, and I know that's for a lot of you extremely basic. And like,
I see what you did there.
yeah, and it's like if that's already kind of basic to most people, even though I find it very special to me, I could see myself possibly getting tired of it after like 30 years or something like that. But if I had
30 years
like, I don't know, I'm not at that crazy niche level necessarily yet. I'm hopefully planning to get there someday. But
don't do it.
Should I stay on the designer's hat in town?
Your wallet
do it.
Back here, yeah. My wallet.
You'll never come out. It's like a hole that you never get out of. It just keeps going deeper and deeper.
Don't do it, man. No, you're
start
good
getting
where
into
you're
the
at.
most ridiculous indie shit ever. And you're like, oh well, this is gonna be super interesting.
How far have I?
Yeah, like there's Ashton and I. We were talking about vagabond prints, for example. It's just like, where the hell am I gonna wear this shit?
Yeah, it's like, oh, this smells like it walking through a forest late at night in the middle of Russia. Like, where am I gonna wear this? Like, wear it to the club.
For me, I think it's still wearing 5 scents. I still crave that utility of fragrances and being able to have a different scent for each occasion. I really enjoy having that. And even though if they're only average scents, to be honest, like the average scents, at least they'll maybe get some compliments and just be what a fragrance should be. Maybe my answer will change like a couple years down the road as I progress a little bit more. But as of right now, I'm going with 5 scents because I just like being able to change it up.
Trust me, I wish I could give your answer because I 1000% agree that fragrances, despite building an emotional connection to them, and that's why I think each of us have kind of said our fragrance, like the one fragrance. If anything, like summer fragrances are like a tank top, leather fragrances are like a jacket.
Yeah,
it's all about utility at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So like for you to do that, it just makes sense. So if we're talking about clothes, for example, and I would be like, would I rather wear my favorite shirt or would I rather have this average shirt and this average sweatshirt and this average tank top for like X amount of seasons and stuff? I'd be crazy to just say my favorite shirt. But because of the emotional connection I've developed with a certain fragrance, that's why I said that. But your answer is way more practical, like for real.
All right, sweet. All right, cool. I think that was a pretty good one. So let's go into our third one. And this is another interesting one. We were sort of touched on it a little bit earlier. And this is, would you rather pay full retail for every fragrance in store? So that means you can't use like any, discount websites or anything, or buy only from semi-shady eBay sellers for half price. So you get some deep discounts, but you don't know if you're getting a fake or not. So this is basically going to test out, are you really care about like, buying the fragrance full price is going to hurt your wallet a little bit more, but you're getting the legit thing, or getting that discount, right? But don't know if you're going to be getting the real deal. So I thought that'd be interesting. So Manny, what do you think about that one?
This is easy. I already buy a lot of stuff from at retail, so definitely that. Mainly because in the country I live in, I don't have access to a certain stuff that I would want to find discounted. So I've got used to developing relationships with certain, sales associates and stuff, and being able to buy stuff and getting a whole lot of samples and decants and whatnot. So there is an upside to buying retail. That being said, the main upside is getting an authentic product.
Yeah.
Which is and being able to smell whatever batch you're getting in store. Batch variation is a thing. For certain fragrances, I'm not going to mention Ventus. So that being said, yeah, it's not even close. I would buy retail. Have you seen some of the sketchy? I don't want to group the entire country saying it as if they are, but stuff from the Russian Federation that is definitely fake, fake Italian Cypress and fake Tom Fords and all this. No, I would definitely not. eBay is no. If you're not a US seller with 99% feedback, it's hard to trust you. It really is. So if I'm talking about some random, from Russia, which is probably getting their stuff drop shipped from AliExpress straight out of a Chinese sweatshop. And I'm dead serious. If anyone does online shopping a lot, for real, there's no way I would do that. No, retail all day.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, Ashton, this is gonna be an interesting one, I think.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna say eBay.
Yeah.
And the reason is if you purchase something through eBay, which everybody knows, I'm assuming, you're covered. So if you get fake stuff, you get your money back. A little bit of a pain in the ass, but you get your money back. So that would be my go. The only thing with that is you have to check every bottle you get, which is a pain, and contrast and compare. And if you think something is shifty, then you have to go into more detail and look it up. And that sucks. And you don't have to do that if you pay full retail. The only issue is if you're buying a lot of crap, or if you're buying some expensive fragrances, sometimes you can get them for much cheaper on eBay. And sorry about that, and still have it be completely legit. So that's what I would do. Sweet. And that's what I have done a lot.
That's what all right. Timmy, what do you think about that?
For me, I'm a niche head, and thinking about paying full retail for all the niche that I own, I would have to have a job that pays $5,000 something a month. So I don't have that. Okay, I'm a 22-year-old kid, but yeah, I sell stuff online, so I do know about the eBay and an Amazon policy where you could return stuff. So eBay all the way. I can always check the quality. I'm willing to go through that process in order to save money.
That makes one of us.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah. If I had to only choose between those two options, I'm willing to put in the extra work to save the money if I can, because those stuff that I'm probably gonna buy are way too much on retail. So just imagine buying a Creed at $500. I think 2 months from now.
Yeah. Honestly, any Creed at $500 is not worth it to me.
I mean, after tax, that's how much it's going to be. Yeah,
it's ridiculous. I cannot imagine ever doing that. So,
drop $5,000.
But when it says semi shady sellers in the question, that's a thing. We're talking about only buying from semi shady sellers, which is why I said retail only. You know what I mean? So if the option was semi-shady who could be a 99% feedback from, USA, and I had that option, then I'd probably say eBay too. But I'm assuming all the shady ones we're talking about are foreign drop shippers who have access.
Anything that says Russia, I'm not going to buy from.
See, that's why I answered the question the way I did.
Well, then it's not even a question at that point, because then it's would you rather pay retail for a fragrance or buy a fake?
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's what. Egg, so
yeah, let's assume the semi-shady are in the U.S. just to make it match.
But if it's semi-shady in the U.S., chances are we know the person too, being in the grassroots fragrance community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, say if I had access to like, if we were perceiving certain people in the community, I'm not going to mention names, as semi-shady, although none of them are, in my opinion, then yes, I would buy them from them wholeheartedly. I already do. But if we're talking about random Kazakhstani,
those are all auto fakes.
Yeah. Come on, man. I thought that's what you meant by semi-shady, Brad. So.
Yeah. That's like, see, it was kind of an interesting, like, weird question. I was trying to figure out how to word it, but like, for me, I love buying fragrances on discount. You know, obviously, it's saved me a ton of money. I very rarely buy fragrances at full retail, but like semi-shady, you know, that is kind of a big ordeal to have to go through it. And I see the argument for if you're buying like niche scents, you know, Creed's $500 full retail, I'm not going to pay that much. But I think for me, I might skew for the full retail, but I'm going to have to be very careful of what I buy and make sure that it's, you know, a pretty good value and that it's worth it. That may limit me.
Buy what you love. Exactly.
Yeah. Like I can see both sides of the argument. So it's really close. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, for like most scents, you know, I probably would buy from the semi-shady, but if it came to it, I would probably just have to fess up and go in store. Plus, you probably get free samples if you go in store and, you know, buy full retail, and you get the experience with the sales assistant and this, that, and the other. But
you get invited to cool ass events with champagne, and you get to meet the viewers and stuff. That's boss. I think it's so sick.
I don't get to leave that around here.
Yeah, I think me and Ashton, we're both more of the collector type, so we buy a lot more fragrances.
Yeah, no, and I think that's why I definitely empathize with Bradley's answer previously about having utility, because like I don't view myself as a collector at all. Like, to me, I'm just like, these are just like having clothes. It's just like utility. So that's why I feel like I'd rather buy what I love.
When you own more fragrances than you do clothing items.
Yeah, I mean, but like but I don't. I still have more clothes than I do fragrances. So.
Haven't reached that point. Yeah, good. Me too. I think. Sweet. All right. So we're coming up on the last "Would you rather" question of this mini game right here, and this one's kind of ending on like a high note. So it's going to be: would you rather create your own best-selling fragrance or have the ability to bring back any and every discontinued fragrance that you wanted?
So, you mean every then? Because why any?
Any. Sorry, I meant any. It was one for one. Yeah. So if you could create your own best-selling fragrance, you have complete control of all the notes. You can make it smell any way that you wanted. Or would you rather bring something back that you may have loved at one point that isn't available anymore, that someone else already created? So that's the question.
This is so easy. This is so free. This is so free. Obviously, you create your own best-selling fragrance. Because if you create your own best-selling fragrance, assuming you get royalties off that, you make all this money, and you're able to afford any discontinued fragrance that you would have brought back in the first place. This is so free.
Well,
that's exactly my answer too.
Exactly. Like, if this ain't your answer, then I'm sorry. What is your rhetoric? I want to know. But that's verbatim my answer. Ashton, please.
Same. Yeah, I would just make one that was banging hit.
I messed up this question.
and assuming that you could do that, right? Assuming you could make a banger, then you would just keep making them anyway.
How about this?
And then that would be a sick career.
Yeah. How about we change this question a little bit and say, make it your own fragrance. And that's not necessarily best-selling that you don't make a whole lot of money, but just make your own fragrance that you really love, or bring back something that someone else has already made that's discontinued. So like the money is out of it, so you can't buy the other ones. Just to make it more fair, I guess. I don't know. Would that change your answers at all? A little bit.
Wait, sorry. Repeat that.
All right. So like, let's say that you don't make any money off it. You know, let's say you can make your own fragrance, but you know you can make it any way that you want it, but it's not like a best selling. You don't make money off it. Or would you rather do that, or bring back a discontinued scent that's, you know, very hard to find, or that it's not out anymore? So
I mean, you know, it's like I've never really had such an inkling to want to create my own personal scent. Like, I respect the art form from people who are way more creative than myself. As a result, I would want to bring back a discontinued scent, and I would probably put a smile on a lot of other people's faces if I did that too. So, from an altruistic standpoint, I would do that. and it's also because I don't think what I would create is, I don't know if I can create something as compelling as some of the stuff I love so much. It's just being a perfumer has never really crossed my mind. So as a result, I would definitely pick the latter.
Okay.
Manny just gained 1,000 subscribers just now.
1,000 subs.
Yeah,
that's funny. Ashton, same answer for you, or did it change at all?
I'm already making fragrances that suck. So I mean,
You already own all the discontinued
yo,
fragrances.
Ashton, we still love you, fam. Just make sure, like they're not like all oods and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh no,
The
man!
best.
I'm not doing that. Not yet.
Not yet.
No, I'm just making my own stuff that sucks, and one day it won't suck. Probably.
Trial and error, bro.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that, by the way.
Yeah. I'll send you something when I get something worth sending.
Oh yeah. Also, you have to name your brand like Kirkland Signature Scents.
Yes, we were
When I
talking.
get sued.
Yo, you have to make a deal with like Costco,
Yes.
fam.
Shit. I'm not gonna be able to.
You could sell them there too. That'd be,
Yes. Yeah, that'll be great. Like check
Right
out
beside
independent fragrances at
$55
Costco. I'll have to cut some costs there. Yeah, they'll be selling for $10 a bottle. Super trash. Yeah, I would bring back a discontinued fragrance. So,
Can we talk about the ones we would bring
yeah,
back?
definitely.
Yeah.
Actually, what would you bring back?
I don't know, man. One of the 3 Gucci's probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably. Probably Envy. But then everybody might wear it, and then that would screw me up.
Yeah, that's right.
But I don't know. It actually is a little bit, I guess, a little bit different than a lot of things they're banging right now, because it's a little bit of a, more gentlemanly, semi-barbershoppy, masculine fragrance instead of being like, Dillon Blue or something like that. But still Envy. Yeah, I just like to always bring up Dillon Blue and Sauvage
Yeah.
in all comparisons.
Yeah.
Actually, as far as what I bring back, I'd probably bring back Amber Absolute Tom Ford.
The OG.
Yeah, and the reason I bring that back is because I'm not the biggest fan of the fragrance, but I think there's a massive powerhouse amber void from that house that's kind of gone since that thing has been discontinued.
Carlo,
and I want to put
some happy.
I want to put a smile on
Carlos.
well, so shout outs to BFL. I would bring that back for you, fam.
Yeah.
So I'm in like a kind of a different situation, because I started this fragrance game a lot later, and I've never really, and I'm living in Alaska, I've never got a chance to smell any of the old OGs that everyone said is so good, so I've never had experience with it.
You're so young, Tim.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah, what's wrong with you, man?
I'm so very
You're
young.
4.
I have no emotional connection to any of the OG bottles whatsoever. So I don't even know what to bring back personally.
Yeah.
I want to bring anything back. So for me, being a perfumer has crossed my mind a bunch of times, and I will create my own fragrance in the future. That's just fact. That's what I want to do.
Wait, you already have?
Wow. Oh yeah.
Well, I didn't create that. That was a collaboration. I didn't create one for myself, with my own hand. But that's one thing I will do. So for me, my answer would be create my own fragrance, just because I have zero emotional connection to any of the OG bottles, because I have not tried majority of them. So my situation is kind of unique. So that's
a very that's an answer that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And to be honest, Timmy, I'm right there with you. I started up about a year and a half ago ish, and
Brad, you're 4.
yeah, I'm practically. But yeah, it's there aren't really a whole lot of fragrances that I actually got a chance to smell when they were still out there, not discontinued. Maybe Mitza was one of the only ones that I absolutely love that I can think of that is semi-discontinued. But I don't know if I would want to just bring that back over, having the chance to maybe create my own fragrance. I haven't really tinkered around with it a whole lot, but I could definitely see myself doing that sometime in the future. I like to draw a lot and make art and do some kind of sculptures and stuff like that. And it's I think that making my own scent would be pretty interesting, and I would maybe like to try it out one day. So definitely, probably for me, it's going to be same answer as create my own fragrance. I think that would be a pretty cool thing.
Creed Green Valley 2017.
Yes. That's it right there. The reform.
Reform.
Sweet.
People would still be happy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool fragrance. I've got it.
Man, Ashton, you like Bradley would gun you down just to try that.
I've got 2 bottles.
2 bottles.
Party attendance. How's we're going?
The party at Ashton's.
Yeah, better watch your collection.
Yeah, they would go missing, and I wouldn't realize until like 2 months later. Like, oh shit, I wanted to try Green Valley again.
Sweet. All right. So that wraps up that Would You Rather section. I think that was pretty fun. It's cool seeing everybody's answers on that, especially in the comments. Thank you guys for following along and answering those questions. I thought that was really cool. So with that out of the way, let's go into our hot or not section. This is the 3rd installment. Last time we did 90s cents, I believe. And then before that, we just dismantled the House of Creed, basically.
Wow.
Yeah, and yeah. And this
Oh,
time.
rest in peace, Capital Millicene.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. I think we're still recovering. Dang. So this time it's going to be, since it's summertime, right? We're getting close to about the middle of summer. We've pretty much everybody's top 10 summer list has been out by now, and thought it'd be interesting to get our thoughts on hot or not of basically these very popular fragrances, designer and niche, for the summertime. This is ones that everybody talks about that are super popular right now, and we're going to go straight answers, hard cut black and white answers here of if they're hot or not, so we can sort of put this to bed. We got 10 scents right here, and we'll go through them one by one, and we're each going to give our opinions and if they're hot or not. And this is only for summertime, not just as a scent in general, but wearing the scent in the summertime. So,
yeah, you
all good?
Yep.
All right. So first one up is the very, very successful flanker to probably the best-selling fragrance of all time, Acqua di Gio, and it is Acqua di Gio Profumo is the first one up. So, Manny, hot or not for this one?
It's definitely not. Acqua di Gio.
2.2 seconds.
You're mad.
Like, it's not even close because I live in Niagara Falls, Ontario, and I love all my Italian friends. That being said, half of them, their signature scent is Acqua di Gio. And
dang,
scent cloud wise, this still comes off like that. So it's just being an informed fragrance user, as good as that scent is. It's just in an area where the initial fragrance is super popular. It's just not going to be hot in where I live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it a quality fragrance? Yes. But for my circumstance, it's a not. That's it. I mean, amazing stuff. It's just not. Yeah.
Cool. I respect that. About you, Ashton, what do you think about that?
Yeah, so it is played out a little bit. Well, more than a little bit, but
a lot of it.
Yeah. Profumo does take it and, modernizes it a little bit. For me, I have not worn it this year yet. So so the fragrance itself, it's really well suited for summer. It's going to get you compliments. It smells really, really, really nice. But for me, it's a no, just because it's worn so much. But that's the only reason.
Wow.
It's worn so much that I'm not going to wear it.
That's literally the only reason. I wish it wasn't worn so much, because I would wear it too, and I'd get more compliments with it if it wasn't so common.
Wow.
It's just like it's hard.
It's a really, really nice fragrance. I mean, it's dope.
Dang, killed by its own success, apparently.
Basically, well, that's also kind of the curse, right? When you have shitloads of fragrances. Sorry for the cursing. When you have so many fragrances, stuff that gets worn by so many people starts to fall by the wayside a little bit.
Yeah, that's not just fragrances. That's just anything. Like I'm part of the sneaker community too, and whenever I see people camping for like Yeezys or NMD, Adidas and stuff, it's just like I want this stuff less now because X amount of people who take pride in this are wearing it now. So I'm good. Yeah.
Cool. Come on, Timmy. Don't let me down with this.
I don't
I love the smell. I love it. But like, it's legit. Vacationing in Thailand have put me off this fragrance so much because everywhere, dude, it's everywhere. Like I went to the bar and like I played pool with this guy. Like I asked him, "Hey, good, want to play some pool?" With a random stranger. He walked past me, bam, Acqua di Gio, like right in my face. I'm like, come on. I went to the club, bam, there's Acqua di Gio over there. There's that guy. It's in other countries. Maybe not the area where I live. I've not smelled that much Acqua di Gio yet. But in other countries, man, where they don't have access to majority of fragrances that we do here in the U.S., It's absolutely everywhere because that's all that they promote there.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
So like I would have to say, this is better than the original. I'll give it that. It is way better than the original. It lasts longer. I like it better than the original Aqua di Gio. But to wear it right now, I would have to give it a nod because there's better options out there if you want to smell like unique. Because if you wear this, you're gonna smell like the guy next to you, or potential ex-boyfriend material. As a lot of people would say.
That's like the curse of them all, right?
Yeah.
Smelling like somebody's ex-boyfriend.
You smell like my dad, or you smell like my ex-boyfriend.
Who wants that? Yeah.
See that? Like, it's a great fragrance, but too bad. Like, its own success just kind of killed it.
You have to hold it down for the Fresh family now.
I know. I don't know what you guys are on or where you guys like.
You are so
smell
young.
this everywhere. But for me, this is sizzling hot, like fajita on a plate. Set it down because it's burning your hand. Hot potato. It is on fire. Like I actually wore this last night. I was out with some friends, and we had a couple different bar hopping and like club areas. And I'm not joking. I got at least 3 compliments, I think, with it last night. And I don't know if, I mean, it's where I live, but I don't smell it like hardly on anybody. Every once in a while, like where I work, I'll have a customer comes in and I'll definitely recognize that. But for the most part, like people don't wear that many fragrances where I'm from. So I guess I'm lucky in that sense. But honestly, this is one of my most complimented fresh fragrances. And I really love the masculine scent of it. It's still fresh at the same time, but this is hot all day. And I don't know if you guys have been looking at the comments section. This is like everybody's saying hot, hot, hot. Like,
but I don't see that. Oh, yep, I do. I see that. And I just want to clarify also, like we touched on this on some of the other earlier ones, but I wore Aqua di Gio so effing much when I was like 18, 19, 20, 21 that Profumo doesn't change it enough that it like puts it back into my rotation. So that's one of the main reasons. I mean, I wore its predecessor so effing much. So I mean, I feel you. I have no hate for it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I can see where you guys are coming from too, because you know I didn't really ever get a chance to wear the original that much. So this is sort of like my experience with it right out of the gate. But maybe in a couple years that would change. But as for me right now, it's definitely a hot. I've really been enjoying it. So, dang.
This is what I love, man. Like we all have like so many different experience and backgrounds that we can able to give like a more diverse answer, which is awesome. I love this.
Yeah, that's the whole point of Team Top 5, guys. I'll have our different native, perspectives and stuff. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun.
Sweet.
Love you guys.
All right, so with that one out of the way, let's move on to our second one, and this is a doozy right here. This is Creed of Ventus, the almighty Creed of Ventus. Got to get out of the way early. So this Creed of Ventus for the summertime, right? Hot or not? Very careful of what you say on this.
Which batch, Bradley?
Which
okay.
That's part of this.
Get to that. Yeah, I have 3 different batches that I rotate between. It's not because I'm an Ventus whore. I just so happen to acquire various Ventus batches. Shout out to Jeremy Fragrance. Thank you for that again. But at the end of the day, my worst batch is a 15R12 batch. And it's super fresh, but it's the least pleasing as far as compliments, as far as feedback. And any one of those top 3 batches are still my #1 most complimented, which is hilarious. Wow. But at the end of the day, even at retail, or even discounted or at retail, it's a hot. Like, it's just the feedback is too good, the utility is too good. It's still well blended enough despite the variation. It's just, it does everything. So like, yes, for real, hot.
Wow. Okay.
All right. So despite anything that I may have ever said about Ventus, I do still reach for it fairly often, especially like spring and summer. Yeah. So like we talked about before, retail pricing kind of sucks, but yeah, but the fragrance itself is still dope. It works. It's super easy to wear, and especially around here where I am, like nobody wears it. So I'm gonna give it a hot. I really like it. Yeah. And it's Creed, man. Creed is easy to wear.
Yeah. Tim's gonna screw this up, Ashton.
Yes.
No, I'm actually not gonna screw this up because I like Ventus. Dude, the thing is, people love to say that, man, Ventus, everyone wears it, so overworn, so this and that. But realistically, the general public, they don't wear a Ventus as much as
exactly
Fragcom do, and Fragcom is 1%, dude.
Yeah,
not even,
hardly.
not even, not even.
So basically,
yeah,
virtually, we can almost say that barely anyone wears a Ventus out in the market.
yeah, for real.
So it's still unique out there, and it's garnered, like Ashton said, it's one of my most complimented niche as well. Like, it's just crazy how good of a reaction you get off people. And I've tried the clones. I have not tried all the clones, but I've tried a lot of different like clones, and I always come back to Ventus being my most favorite one of those like pineapple stuff. So definitely hot. No matter what batch, definitely hot. But my batch, I need to spray really light because mine is stupid strong.
Yeah, that'll be the next house or name for a clone. Pineapple stuff by Pineapple Stuff.
Pineapple stuff.
It's
Pineapple
Derek
Mars.
Ponce in the comments. The Ventus Lord of late.
Yeah. If you want, okay. So shout outs to Derek Ponce at the Howard Boy. If you want to know more about Ventus, that guy knows so much. So hit him up on like the batches and stuff. He's really knowledgeable.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, that like he's the Ventus OG. You know,
And he gets punted from Facebook over and over. For some,
oh my
I
God.
don't know why. Why?
Facebook's out for him.
Oh no, I feel like I'm gonna mess this up.
Bradley, no.
I know you're not, so just say it.
He's thinking about it.
So, yeah, right. We got a Ventus. So people go on and on and on and on and on about this one. I actually don't own a bottle. I have a sample, and that's going to kind of tell you a little bit right there. Because if I really enjoy it, chances are I'm going to pick up a bottle. And
Brad's gonna keep it real.
I am. I'm keeping 100. I can't front on this one. Like, I never get that feeling when I'm wearing a Ventus that it's as, you know, hyped up as it should be. Like, I think it's just a nice pineapple scent. Honestly, I also like Insurrection Pure a lot too. And Ventus has like decent performance, not even that really good on me. I'm not sure what batch I got because I got it from I think a Saks Fifth or something like that, or maybe a Nordstrom or something. But I don't know, guys. For me, I know a lot of people love it.
Just say it,
but I'm gonna just rip the Band-Aid off really fast here and say not.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's a huge one. That is huge. I know I've said a lot of cream.
You just lost 100.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yo, you have to dab after that, though. Yes.
I'm actually gonna apologize in the comments right now. Don't kill me, please.
Please don't unsubscribe.
Right. Well, I just gotta keep it real. Like, I have better options, I think, for summertime if I'm looking for just compliments, and like I like the smell of a Ventus, but it just doesn't knock me off my socks or out of my socks, if you will. So yeah. Ventus is a not for me. Sorry to break the train, but it's just not.
Okay. No fragrances work for absolutely everyone, so that's very, very fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one is gonna be this new superstar. Came out last year, and I think wasn't really as super hyped until early on this year when we had someone in the community did a big review on it, and now everybody's kind of talking about it. It's Versace Dillon Blue is next up. The V to the D to the B.
The V to the D. The venereal disease.
Yeah.
No, let's be real. If we want to pronounce his name correctly, it's V to the P to the H to the D to the B.
There you go. Yeah.
That's too complicated.
That's a mouthful.
Versace pour Dillon Bleu.
Yep.
By Versace, or Dillon Blue. Sorry, I said Bleu because I know I said that Bleu. It's on like a Freudian slip kind of tip in which it just reminds me of the trend that Bleu de Chanel started. I understand that this list that we're doing a hot or not for has X amount of sense from that modern day generic type vibe. But if I'm going to have to go through all of this list and the ones that are kind of alike in that way, the one that I would have to pick out of the ones here is Dillon Blue. It's a hot for sure. Dillon Blue, for me, has the most interesting dry down out of Dior Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel, and it. You know, I do get a lot of patchouli there. Still super ambroxany. Yeah, and it's hella flattering. It's hard not to be. But this fragrance, eventually in my area, will get to the point where it is recognized like a Bleu de Chanel, like a Sauvage. and it's already smells kind of like it. So right now I'm gonna say hot, but maybe a year from now might be not. It depends.
I see that. Yeah. Cool. What about you, Ashton?
Yeah. So Dillon Blue is a fragrance that has kind of grown on me over the past, I don't know, 6-7 months, something like that. I never hated it, but at first I just kind of didn't take it as serious, I guess. And I'm a big Versace fan. Like, I'm a fan of their clothing line. I'm a fan of their fragrances. I'm just like a Versace fanboy. It's one of my favorite designer houses.
Yeah.
What?
Wear it to EDC next year.
Dude, I've got a bunch of Versace t-shirts, button-ups. I've got a suit, a bunch of shit.
Hey.
So
Flex.
I'm a big fanboy. And so like as time has gone on, I've kind of smelled it more and more, and I've grown to like it more and more. And now I think that I would probably reach for Dillon Blue over Sauvage.
Whoa.
Just because of how much Sauvage has been played out.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Dillon Blue doesn't get a little bit of play, but it's not on the same level. So I'm going to give it a hot. It's super easy to wear, like you said, super easy to pull compliments with if that's what you're trying to go for. It's versatile. It's not that expensive, especially if you're looking on discount sites. So yeah, it's a hot.
It's hot. All right.
I just died a little bit there in Ashton's answer.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
But that doesn't mean like I don't like Dillon Blue. I do like it. At first, when I smelled it, my first impression of it was very boring. I was like, oh man, not another one of these. You know what I mean? Like
another one.
Another
I
one.
don't know what you mean.
You know what I mean? It's like, I think a lot of people have that reaction as well at first. That's why I didn't really get the hype. But when like you actually wear the fragrance, that's why you always test it on skin and actually wear it to see if it's good or not. So like this fragrance to me is different enough from Sauvage that would warrant it a hot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely good. I like that vibe, especially right now since I'm in Vegas. I need more of that fresh fragrance. I'm still waiting on my bottle of that. But yeah, I'll definitely alternate between that and Sauvage, because if I wear Sauvage every day, it gets really boring. I do like Sauvage, but it does get like old fast, and I feel like Sauvage is gonna fall out of hype in the next year. So Dillon Blue is gonna follow. I think it's gonna fall out of hype shortly after Sauvage as well. But for right now, for just this time of year, right now, it's definitely a hot.
Sweet. Yeah. All right. So let's see if I can complete the perfect 4, all hots in a row. So yeah, this was gun
to the head, Brad.
Yeah, this is like Versace's, answer to all the fresh fragrances coming out. And first of all, that bottle, sexy bottle. I don't know if that's just me. I love that blue bottle with like that bronze goldish. Oh, it looks so good. I love that. And yeah, when this first came out, I did enjoy it. This is like everything that I sort of wanted Sauvage to be. It's like a more full, well-rounded version of Sauvage for me. Like, I love the top notes of Sauvage, but after that, just becomes very light, airy ambroxan and just doesn't stick on my skin. Versace Dillon Blue pretty much outperforms Sauvage for me every single time that I've worn it. And I think it's the patchouli and the dry down. It just smells more full and almost has, it just smells really, really good. It is a little bit synthetic, I guess, and, isn't the most unique thing out there. But if you're looking for compliments with good performance, fresh all day, I think it's definitely a hot for me. So that's going to be our first all 4 in a row hot. Yeah. And honestly, like, who would have thought that when it first came out, we were like, oh, here we go with another, generic fresh fragrance. But I think over time, this one has gotten better.
From a like artistic standpoint, I do wish that they've come up with something newer, But you can't argue with the fact that they do want to make money off this trend, Like,
true,
that's a business. That's a good business decision. We can't knock that. So, but hopefully they do come up with something new in the future. I'm still looking forward to that.
Sweet. Yeah.
I don't expect Versace to, mainly because Versace is like one of the major fashion houses who don't have even an exclusive line, for example. So, like, literally, Versace's MO has always been super crowd pleasers.
Versace, if you're listening to this, we need a private blend.
Yes. Oh, that'd be awesome.
You guys would be hyped for that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they need one, man. Everybody has one. Burberry even has one at this point.
Yeah, come on. Versace, yeah.
I mean, they'd they'd be so safe in such like an aquatic genre and stuff, and I'd be like, wow, this stuff is like going for like 300 for a 100 ml. I can't get discounted. Wow, it smells like 150 tops. Like, I don't know. Like when I think about why they don't have a private line, it just makes sense because they've always done crowd pleasers and only that. So that's that. They're good at it though. Yeah,
they are. Yeah. All right. Next one up is going to be Emouage Reflection Man. I know a lot of people enjoy wearing this one in the spring and also in the summertime. A lot of people say this is good for summer. So let's see if this gets a hot or not with team top 5. So Emouage Reflection Man. What do you think about that, Manny?
It's definitely not. It's no way.
Yeah.
Manny, I just bought a ticket to Canada.
but let's be real. Reflection Man in like 80s, 90s, we're talking a very bright opening as far as white florals that dries down into sandalwood that's super long lasting. At that point, I probably want to put on another fresh fragrance, if that makes any sense. I'd rather wear 2 fresh fragrances in one day than wear a cloying Reflection Man throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
Reflection Man's a wonderful fragrance, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And maybe for cooler summer days or nights in the early summer and definitely all of spring, I would definitely wear this scent. But we're talking about like summer, actual summer. Would I walk around in the 80s and 90s wearing Reflection Man? No. Like, I think an actual summer fragrance from Emouage would have been Lyric Man, maybe because of how bright the lime is. And every time I get a compliment on that fragrance, it's based on, wow, it smells like, like really summery or something like that, and like how bright it is. That's what is the basis of the compliment. But with this, if I get a compliment with Reflection Man, it's like, it smells nice, yeah, it's good, and I feel like it's just more evocative of an all-season type fragrance. And when I mean all-season, maybe just the equinox seasons rather than wearing it around the summer solstice. So there's no way for me I would say hot. It's just not.
All right.
Yeah, it's an amazing fragrance. It's just not for the summer.
Yeah.
Agree. So for me, I think I'm going to agree that for me personally, it's more of a springtime fragrance if I were going to wear it, especially around here.
What summery notes are in there?
Do what?
What summery notes are in it? Like, there's none.
Neroli,
yeah. Pretty much that's it.
That's about it.
It's pretty fantastic. Yeah. It.
So yeah, it's a springtime fragrance for me, and it's not like my favorite Emouage. We talked about that before. It's almost like a more gentlemanly, more sophisticated or rich Le Male.
Yeah.
And like you said, it can come across cloying, and around here it gets really humid and really freaking hot in the summer. So, and Bradley, you know that you're in Virginia. I'm a little bit further south in Northeast Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it can get super humid. Yeah. So it's not something that I'm going to wear when it's really hot out, because it's not going to really work the way that I would want it to work. So for me, I'm going to say a no. I don't hate the fragrance. I also don't love it. I kind of just like it. So
that makes sense.
Got it. All right, Timmy, what do you think about that?
Tim, don't do it.
I love you all, but I hate you all at the same time.
You're insane.
Hashtag with much respect. Yeah, like you guys make a very good point. It is like, I forgot that this is for summer. Like we're doing a summer hot or not, right? I did forget.
Exactly.
So yeah, for the summertime in the hot heat, dude, I would not wear Reflection Man either. But Reflection Man is actually my summer nights out. So during the nighttime, it's not as hot. And then when you're going on a night out, you're not outside anyway. You're inside a bar or something like that. So
that's pretty hot still.
No,
go to a club and sweat your balls off wearing that.
It smells great. Actually, man, this is tough. For me, like I would still wear Reflection Man. I would just spray light. It's actually one of my favorite niche fragrances ever, and it's my girlfriend's favorite niche fragrance of all time. Period.
It doesn't smell very niche though.
Yeah, but it's but it's in the niche category. But it's just it's to me it is always going to be a hot. It's one of my favorite in my collection.
But it's not for some.
Just not for the super hot heat. Yeah, but I would say For the hot heat, I'm gonna give it a nod for the super hot heat just because we're doing a summer. But just know, you guys,
it's okay. You can give it a hot.
Hot for every time of year. So.
Sweet. Yeah. All right. I'm pretty much gonna give the same answer as all you guys just gave. For people who like wearing MWatch Reflection Man. I know. Yeah. It sounds crazy, right? Like it just on paper it looks horrible, but just realize that we're talking about hot weather, and it is a little bit creamy, has some thickness to it, and it's just be kind of all up in your face, choking you, I think. So yeah, if you wear it in the right application for summer nights, it could be a beast, could be awesome. And I do really enjoy Reflection Man, but guys, just all the people in the comments, all the viewers right now, just make sure that wear it carefully, because if you put this under very high heat, it could do some damage. So just be wary about that. So 0 for 4 for Reflection Man, even though I think we all relatively enjoy it, especially Timmy loves it. So all right, moving on, let's go next to this hype monster. It's Invictus Aqua from Paco Rabanne. Definitely going to be some interesting ones here if this is hot or not. So Manny, what do you think about IA?
Hot.
Ooh, hot.
Yeah, like think about it. You have everything that is desirable about Invictus if you liked Invictus, but everything that was too extra about it, you took out, replaced it with yuzu and marine notes, and you have a really wearable fragrance for the summer.
Yeah.
Is it super synthetic? Yes. But is it a mess? I don't think so. Again, it's a super youthful fragrance that is versatile for young people, I think. And it's just hard to hate on in that respect, especially when we have a lot of the same coming out, like, again, with the Dillon Blues and the Blood de Chanel and the Sauvages and stuff. It doesn't lean in that territory, but it has, like, kind of, whenever I smell a yuzu, it's like a vintage freshness to me, because I think of, like, l'Odyssée pour Homme, for example. So I've always been a fan of that type of citrus, and to see it used with the Paco Rabanne bubblegum sweetness, but it works for the summer, I'm a big fan of it. So, yeah, definitely a hot.
Nice.
Okay, so Invictus Aqua, like I've talked about this before, I think, on some of my videos, but I really don't like it all that much. Like, as far as the fragrance itself, I'm not a fan. Like, it's, like you said, a little bubblegummy, super synthetic. Like, I understand that it's highly wearable and highly versatile as far as summer fragrances go. Like, that's not in question. Like, I'm not arguing that. I just don't like the fragrance itself. Now, as far as wearing it in the summer and being able to have other people around you love it and have other people around you think, you smell great and pull compliments like I've talked about, it's a winner there. So it's a hot as far as being a very easy to wear, compliment getting designer fragrance. Like, it nails that. No question. Yeah. I just don't really like the way it smells myself. And I understand that a lot of that's probably because I have so much crap and I've been smelling stuff for so long that I just kind of don't care, I guess.
Dang.
I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see that. It's a very polarizing fragrance. Timmy, what do you think about that?
To me, this is a hot, and I will say right now, I do recommend people who still can pick up a bottle of this, because name me another fresh fragrance along this line that performs that well. It's so hard to find that. So if you could grab a bottle right now, definitely have it in your collection. You really would not regret it. I know that someone in the comments just says Versace Havas is better. No, I'm not smelled that fragrance. I can't vouch for that, so I'm not going to give my opinion on that yet because I've not smelled that clone.
And you're not going to blind buy it to find out.
And I'm not going to blind buy the clone. Exactly. So, like, if you could grab a bottle of Invictus Aqua, like, right now, grab it. I don't think you'd be disappointed if you like this kind of fragrances. But yeah, to me, it's definitely a hot. It's a summer fragrance that smells light and aquatic. I'm not talking Sauvage. Like, Sauvage smells like a pretty heavy fragrance. But Invictus is a really light, aquatic fragrance that lasts. That's really tough to find. And yeah, definitely a hot. They nailed it with this one for me. Artistic-wise, not really. Artistic point is synthetic. We all know this is designer. But we're not going to judge. I'm not going to judge it for that. I'm going to judge it by how well they did this aquatic fragrance. And
you're judging it for what it is.
Yeah, they did it perfectly. Yeah, So grab a bottle if you can. Definitely hot.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, so Invictus Aqua, they already touched on it. It's just a lighter version of Invictus, pretty much. Smells more summery, more fresh, a little bit more aquatic.
Better.
Yeah, better, yeah. And for me, it fills such an important gap in my collection as like a powerhouse nighttime, you know, compliment getting scent. And it just has such good performance. Like, I'm not joking, I get 12+ hours almost every time that I wear it.
Whoa.
I know it's insane. It's a maniac off my skin. Like, I've had times where I've worn it. I swear I went to this Chance the Rapper concert at Virginia Beach, and you know, all kinds of smoke in the air and all kinds of crazy stuff like everywhere. And I had it just like 3 sprays on, and this is at night, and like the next morning, you know, like 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., first thing I smelled when I woke up, still on me, going strong. And I was like, is this like a nuclear power plant of a fragrance? It's insane.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And I love it for the performance, and you know, it is a really good compliment getter, and especially if you're, you know, under age of 30-ish, it's really, really great. You know, high schooler is gonna love it a lot, and it definitely just is a powerhouse aquatic, which is hard to find. So
maybe it's just where I'm old.
Yeah,
old as
I didn't want to say that, but
that's what it is.
That's, you're young at heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, Ashton, to be fair, before when I first realized who you were, I thought you were my age, if that makes you feel any better.
Yeah. Maybe if I shave this, I look younger too. This tiny.
No, even if you didn't, I'd still think you were like 26 like me. So
that's good though.
That's good. All right. Sweet. So Invictus Aqua fared pretty well with us, I would say. Next one up, this is, let's be honest, probably, no introduction whatsoever. It is Dior Sauvage. Let's just cut right to the chase. Come on, we all know that Sauvage.
This one totally sucked. I know.
So Manny, start us off.
Yeah, no, see, here's the thing. I might sound hypocritical for being like hot to Dillon Blue, but not to Dior Sauvage. But when you think about it, if you're going to have one of these type of fragrances in your rotation, like, it's the mentality of, yeah, you can't go wrong with either. But say if I already picked one, why would I need Bleu de Chanel or this? So since I already said hot to Dillon Blue, I'm going to say not to Sauvage. It just makes sense for me to not own both. I know, for example, I think Jeremy Fragrance said that he uses both in his rotation, and all due respect to him, I just don't think I would. It's not very sensible to own both. Like, I have Dillon Blue now, and I have Bleu de Chanel, and I haven't reached for Bleu de Chanel since. They're all in that same vein. It's just, if this is my favorite one out of 3, like, they're just a knot. So like Dior Sauvage is a knot. Real talk. You got a nice bright bergamot opening. It's very good, very inviting. But afterwards, it's just straight ambroxan. Like, we're talking like 2 very prominent notes. There's not a lot of art that went into it, but again, it's for compliment purposes. But I already like another one of its genre better than it. So I'm going to go with that and not this. So it's a knot.
Sweet. Ashton, by the way, your comment just killed me. Manny, don't read the comments section. That cracked me up. I was trying so hard not to laugh.
I'm just playing. No, yeah, so...
I just saw the comments.
Everyone thinks I'm hot, but like, I'm pretty totally straight up.
Like, Manny is hot.
Like,
shit.
No, I'm down with everything that you said. I'm not gonna like disagree with anything that you said either, because that group of fragrances at this point is so clustered together.
Yeah.
You know, anything that comes out like that is almost inseparable from the other at this point.
You would say hot to carbon
yeah.
on this list.
Do what?
You would say yes to carbon if it was on this list.
I would, yeah. Yeah. I would say yes to carbon. So I'm going to say yes to this one too.
Yeah.
So just it's like the compliment getter lord at this point, and it is what it is. Like, I've worn it a decent amount. It gets a lot of compliments. It's another one of those dumb reaches that you just grab and spray and go, and it is surprisingly powerful. So I'm going to give it a hot. But I don't disagree with anything that you said, really. Just personally, I like it, and I will give it a hot.
Yeah. It's just, I can't give it a hot if because like, I see what you're saying. It's like, they're all hot if one of them's hot, but
I understand, yeah. And I probably would. I would go through there and just hot. Take your choice. Take your pick.
That makes sense too. Either way you look at it, it makes sense.
Yeah. All right, Timmy, what do you think?
I just rather have.
Man, I'm taking a shower with Savage right now. Dude, it's a definite hot. Out of all the, if we're talking out of all the ones that are in this genre, let's say Dillon Blue, all those things, my favorite has to be Savage. I reach for Savage more than I do Blur Chanel. Yeah, and I like Blur Chanel. I just reach for Savage a whole lot more, and I will definitely wear Savage more than Dillon Blue as well. And I smell Carbon. I do like Carbon, but nothing beats Savage for me. Like in this genre of fragrance, I just love it. And like a lot of people, I feel like Savage works the best in the super, super, super hot heat. That's where that's when you should wear it. It's that when it's so hot that you don't want to wear a fragrance, wear Savage, because it develops, and it doesn't stay the bergamot freshness for too long. It comes off a little bit sweeter off my skin the hotter the temperature is. So don't wear this in like a cold temperature or like semi-hot temperature. It's just not going to develop like it should. Like, yeah. You really want to smell that the sweet ambroxan. That's what makes it special for me. That's what makes it like garner a lot of compliments in my personal opinion, because it has that like piercing like freshness.
Yeah. Well, for me, Savage is probably one of the most up and down, love or hate, freaking just weird fragrances that I have and have experienced. I bought it strictly off the hype, and I was a little bit regretful of it, to be honest. I know people, so you guys have gotten a lot of compliments with it, right? Would you all say it's like in one of your top 10 complimented?
Yep.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know what it is. I don't think I've maybe gotten like one compliment with it. I don't know, like it's weird, right? And people just, I don't know how it works on my skin, but I feel like I spray it on, and for like the first half an hour it's really kicking, it's boom, pushing out, but then give it another hour and I can't smell it at all. And it just comes and goes, and I feel like it just dissipates really quickly, and I hate the dry down. It hurts my nose. It's super overbearing, synthetic. I'll take Aqua Atlantique over Sauvage all day. I'll take Versace Dillon Blue over Sauvage. I'll take Bleu de Chanel over Sauvage. Honestly, like I wore it actually a couple days ago, and I was just like, it just doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't get me compliments. Doesn't really perform that well on me, and I have just many better options for that. So Sauvage is going to get a not with me, and I said not to Sauvage and a Ventus.
It's a 2-2.
Wow,
2.
That's very Sauvage like. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean it does.
It is, yeah. I mean, that's just, I don't know. And they're so hyped, they're so played out, and I don't know. It's just, they're just not really my ting, I guess, my thing.
Your ting? That's
my ting.
It's not his ting.
Yeah.
That's very dense, all of you two.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right,
Cool. So now we got Sauvage out of the way. Let's go to one that not necessarily is like super popular, but it's definitely, you know, if we're talking like niche, it's this sort of whole line in general.
It ain't niche.
Yeah, exactly. It's Tom Ford Neroli Portofino.
Okay, let's be
a hot or not for the summertime.
4711.
Sorry, I should have used this other name. I'm sorry.
It's literally like a Tom Ford clone that they started the Neroli Portofino collection with its namesake, and literally, as pleasant as it smells, regardless of what price you can get it at, even as low a price as you can get it at, it's still the most expensive fragrance on this list per ml, because you're going to have to spray it a lot more than a Ventus, for example, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I can even barely smell myself with it. That's how, like, fast it evaporates on me. So, like, I just haven't had very good success with this DNA. I'm going to say not. I don't think it's worth it on any level personally. It's a nice smelling, sharp Neroli scent with other citrus florals and citruses. It's just okay. It's just, if this was priced like Grey Vetiver was, then maybe it's a hot, but it's a private blend, and I can't say it's a hot. It's not. Ash.
Yeah, so Neroli Portofino is like, you know, it's good smelling. It's not anything that blows me away. And like you said, 4711 is really similar for almost nothing. 4711 is...
And the original.
And yeah. It's the OG. It's like 200 plus years old. And you can buy like a 2-gallon bottle for like $12.
That's not hyperbole, by the way. That's like that.
Yeah, it's super ultra cheap. Yeah. And if you're going to go for like a good Neroli fragrance, I've talked about this, a lot of people have Bright Neroli by Ferrari. It's not the exact same, but it's a nice Neroli fragrance that doesn't really smell any cheaper and costs way less, at least if it's in stock.
Yeah, it's like $59 for like 100 ml.
Yeah. And you can find it on discounters when they have it for like $40. So
yeah. Shout out to Chad Joman's journey with that one too.
Yeah, all Ferrari fragrances.
Yeah, all Ferrari.
Yo, he's Mr. Ferrari. Like, you know, 50 Cent calls himself Mr. Ferrari. We should call Chad that too.
Yeah, for real.
Change his channel name to Mr. Ferrari.
He should.
Yes.
Mr. Ferrari fragrances. He reinvent himself. And the performance is not great, obviously, and it's very expensive. Even if you buy Neroli Portofino discounted, like I talked about earlier, for like $125, still not worth it. So yeah, it's a no. It's a no for me, dog.
Mm.
Oh, he hit it with the Randy Jackson. It's a no for me, dog. Oh my god. Yo, that's sick.
Yeah.
I respect him. That's cool.
All right, Timmy, what do you think?
All right. I think this one is going to be the same answer for every single one of us. Is no, because one thing is 4711. Second is it does not perform at all. Like, it smells extremely nice. I do like the smell, but it really does not perform, and it does not warrant the price tag that's stamped on it. So I do own Neroli Portofino, however, and the only time I wear it is if I layer it on top of something else. Like, I put Venetian Bergamot on, I spray Neroli Portofino on top of it to give it that extra freshness for the summertime. But that's all I use it for. I never wear it standalone. The only time I would wear it standalone is like when I go to bed, to smell something nice before I go to bed.
Yeah.
That's the only time like I wear it standalone. But outgoing, I never do that. I always layer it on top of something else. But you can easily replace that with like Ashton said, Bright Neroli or 4711 for the cheap. So definitely not a fragrance that like you would want if you actually want a fragrance that people can smell off you at all. So definitely no.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say what you guys said as well. So expensive, and what was Tom Ford thinking not making this one last? I mean, come on. I know that you could have concentrated it maybe a little bit stronger or did something to make it last. Because I know that there are Neroli scents out there that are like 3 times as strong as that, you know. And it's just like, I don't know. I think it's unfortunate. It does smell really nice, but it's not worth the price tag. And if it performed for the summer, like if you got like 8 hours out of it, it would be like a gem. It would be awesome. But it just doesn't.
We're talking about
What's up?
If we were talking about Forte, it'd be hot. Forte is hot, but like this, no.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Definitely. So it's going to get a not for me as well. That's another one strikes out 0 for 4, I think. Ooh.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
The niche scents aren't doing so good. Dang. Yeah. So.
Well, Ventus did right.
Yeah.
What was
Ventus?
3-1?
3-1. Yeah, and then Reflection Man was 0-4, even though.
Yeah. So overall, they're sucking.
Yeah. Designers are owning it right now.
Overall.
Thanks.
Designers, yes.
All right. So next up.
It's summer. It's designers.
Designers take it over. Okay. So next is, I believe, was this a 2015 release? It's a flanker of Angel Men, and this is of course Angel Men Ultra Zest from Thierry Mugler. So this is the orange creamsicle in a bottle. Interesting to see if this is going to be hot or not for the summertime, especially Manny. I know you're a little bit of a fan of this one, so I hear. So your thoughts?
Hot. If you're gonna pick an Amen to wear during summer, it's this one.
Yeah.
Is it cloying? Yes, but not nearly as cloying as wearing Reflection Man in summer for me. So like we're talking like I would wear this on cooler summer nights.
Manny's taking
not cooler mornings.
Oh, ouch.
What? But real talk, I'm a fan of Ultra Zest. I think it's a super fun fragrance. And I just think that for cooler, warm nights, I think it's very optimal. It's super playful and super casual. Just for me, if you like the Amen DNA, this is hard to hate unless you are looking for something deeper and resonance, like Pure Malt and Pure Heaven. But of course, with those fragrances, you're restricting yourself to the cooler seasons. But to have a summer Amen in rotation, I think this is the one to use over something like Cryptomint or Pure Energy. So I prefer Ultra Zest. I'm going to say it's a hot.
Cool. Yeah, so Ultra Zest is almost like a summer gourmand, right? So it's like it's kind of a gourmand fragrance that you can wear as long as it's not ultra humid or ultra hot, I would think.
Yeah.
But like you said, if you're going to go for a summer Mugler fragrance, you know, not counting Mugler cologne, so I guess like the Amen line, then Ultra Zest would be the one to go with. I'm a fan of orange fragrances in general, and that one's a good one. Orange, baby. I like oranges. So I think almost everybody likes oranges, as long as it's not done like crap. So yeah, Ultra Zest is a hot for me. I like it. I actually have a couple bottles, so.
Yeah, fam, that makes both of us, bro. Yeah.
You can send one to me and Bradley.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll have 0 bottles, unless he sends one. And I
don't think I have any backup bottles in my collection, to be honest. Like, not even a backup bottle of Chrome, which is crazy, but I don't have any backup.
Chrome will be there forever, man.
Exactly.
Chrome will be there until the end of
time.
time.
Yeah.
Like, it instantly gets discontinued, like, tomorrow.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
Chrome.
Bradley died.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I could only imagine.
All right. Ultra Zest. Man, to me, 10 out of 10. This is super hot.
Oh, perfect fragrance.
Dude.
He loves the gourmand.
Yeah.
Respect that.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a summer gourmand and it's unique. And dude, when I first smelled this, it's one of those fragrances where it just wowed me. You know, like, you know what? Those times when you smell fragrance, like, wow, first impression. This is definitely one of them. And what else are you gonna wear from Mugler Amen line? What are you gonna wear? Cryptomint? Right?
You player hating on Cryptomint?
Yeah, it's not my favorite. I'm sorry, it's like disrespecting Elder. No. But Ultra Zest is amazing. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Really, really great release. Heavy, but if you do spray really light, like 1 or 2 sprays, I think you could wear it in the super hot heat. But if you do like 1 spray, 2 sprays, just nothing too much. I love it. I actually brought it with me to go boating last week, and on a boat it smelled amazing. Made the boat smell nice though.
Nice.
So yeah, definitely.
I don't know if I can do, like, for me, this is really pushing the edge of what I can wear, and you know, it gets really, really hot. Like, literally next couple days are going to be all pushing 97, 96 degrees Fahrenheit. Like, this is pretty heavy hitting for me, and like, I feel this is just a little bit too much. Yeah, I can see summer nights and if you control your sprays, but the patchouli and like this, honestly, I would much rather go for Orange Sanguine Atelier Cologne. I think it's my favorite orange based.
Didn't see that coming.
Didn't see that coming at all, right? But to be honest, I would much rather wear that over Ultra Zest. So I know a lot of people like it, but it's just too much for me in my specific occasion, you know, where I live, to be wearing it when it's really, really, really hot out. It's just too sweet, a little bit too dense, I guess. So it's going to get a knot for me, but I think it's still a good fragrance, but it's just for the summer high heat, not for me.
Bradley and Evan should do a collab review on Atelier.
Right?
Amazing.
I actually,
I'm
trying to go up to New York pretty soon, hopefully, for that Sense Fair thing. And I'm not sure if he's still working at Atelier, but I'll definitely stop by.
Hit him up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sweet. So next up, we only got 2 left, and this one is probably the 30th flanker of Le Male. Who knows by this time? But it is Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male, Popeye / Superman. You know, they're both the same fragrance, whichever one you want to go for. Popeye was last year's, Superman is this year's. So kind of interesting how they're going with like the whole, you know, action hero type of a thing. But what are your guys' thoughts, hot or not, on Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male, Popeye, or Superman?
Manny, where'd Manny go? Oh, I lost Manny.
Manny, you good?
Manny dead? Hello, Manny. Come in, Manny.
Manny, can you hear us?
He's pouring that seawater.
He's going down.
He's down. He's down.
Oh, he's down. Damn it. Well,
okay.
About it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, Popeye Le Male Fresh, whatever. For me, is a really nice summer fragrance. It smells a little bit like clean cotton clothing or something like that, with a little bit of that Le Male sweetness, but not in a cloying way. So it's much easier to wear in high heat. It's a compliment getter. It's easy to wear casually. It's versatile as far as that goes. Maybe a little bit on the younger side of things, but for me, it's going to be a hot. It's easy to wear. Yeah, it checks most of the boxes.
Okay, sweet. You back, Manny?
I am sorry about that. It keeps saying again. I'm away on business, so I apologize for the interruptions. But Ashton, I recall you said hot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Definitely agree. It's a super youthful, upbeat, for the Lamal line type of fragrance, but summery. And I think that the whole Lamal line, for the most part, leans, sweet in like a sickly type way.
Yeah.
But this is definitely fresher, obviously.
Manny? Bro?
He's gone again.
You said that like you were concerned. Bro.
Oh. Well, hopefully he gets his connection fixed.
Sorry, Manny.
Oh, wait.
Oh, you back?
Yeah, I can't tell. Oh, wait, there are two Mannies. What the heck? There were literally two of them there.
Inception.
All right. You back with us? Oh, I'm sure he's gone. No, he's there. All right.
Am I here?
Yeah.
You're
recording.
Am I here?
I don't know. Wait. What the?
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, I'm sorry. Real talk to continue on. Yeah, super youthful fragrance, definitely reminiscent of the Lamal line, but unique enough, and it's hard to hate. So I'm gonna go with hot.
Hot. Nice. All right, Ashton, did you finish, or were you halfway through?
No, I was done. Yeah.
Oh, you're done. Okay, Timmy, what do you think about it?
This is hot, definitely. I like the minty opening. I like the fragrance the whole way through. The only thing I don't like about this is how long it lasts. But I found a great use for it. Is that it's a gym scent. I wear it to the gym. It doesn't last as long. It doesn't project as much, which is perfect for before the gym and after a shower, after the gym time. It's just super refreshing, minty. Oh, it's gorgeous. And I actually gotten compliments at the gym for it too. And I wore a lot. Like I take it heavy. Like I'm talking 7-8 sprays, and 7-8 just for testing purposes. I wanted to really test the fragrance. 7 to 8 sprays, and it went away pretty fast. Like it doesn't last all that long. But during the time that it did, it does garner some compliments. So I do really like the fragrance, and it, like you said with Invictus Aqua early on, that it fills a void in your collection. This one does that for me for the gym fragrance, because I own all the heavy winter stuff. I don't have anything for the gym. This works for me for the gym. So definitely a hot.
Nice. Yeah, for me, this one, I don't have a whole lot of testing with it. I smelled it a while ago, and I've kind of been like every time I walk into like a Macy's, I'll just spray it on. I don't have a bottle of this, but just from based on what I've gotten, I do enjoy it. You're right, with the mintiness in the opening. It has definitely that Lamal sort of a vanillic lavender sort of a feel to it, but it is fresher, not like super summery. Like when I smell it, I don't think boom summer, but I could definitely see myself wearing it kind of sporting or very very casually. For me, it's going to get a hot, definitely, and it lasts pretty decently on me as well. I get 6-7-ish hours, which isn't like that bad, I guess. For summer scents, but yeah. So Lamal Popeye, it's gonna get. Did that get a 4 out of 4?
Yeah, it did.
Ooh, wow! Another one. So far, 4 out of 4 has been. We've had Versace Dillon Blue and Invictus Aqua and Lamal.
Who would have thought?
Right? Who would have thought?
Yeah. Yep. Those have been
sweet. All right, so we're on to our last one, and I know Timmy, you're gonna be kind of mad that I didn't put the other flanker, the one that you love, in this one. This is Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche, not the Eau Extreme.
This is more summery fragrance.
Yeah. Because when I was thinking this list, I'm thinking, like Eau Extreme is good for all year, but if we're just talking summer, Edition Blanche is clearly the one, even over Bleu de Chanel, I think, because it's got that lemon pie type of a vibe to it. So what are your guys' thoughts on if Edition Blanche is hot or not for this summer?
Free. Definitely hot. Yeah. Allure Homme Edition Blanche is us. If you're gonna call anything a summer gourmand, it's this.
Yeah.
it does have the vanilla vibe that allows it to smell in the lemon pie sort of vibe of things, but it doesn't completely come off as completely gourmand because it does have a little bit of pink pepper to it in the opening, at least for me, which I feel is fairly balanced in my scent cloud. So I think it's a wonderful scent cloud that has traditional cologne tendencies, but with the actual summery gourmand type of vibe, which I think is very unique. And I'm surprised that no other fragrance company or brand, came up with a scent like this on the designer level before Chanel. I feel like this scent could have came from 10 years ago at least. But it's a fairly recent fragrance, and I am a fan of it. And it's definitely always going to be in my rotation for summer, so it's definitely on.
Nice. I had a feeling you would say that.
Yeah. Are we talking about the eau de parfum or the eau de toilette concentrate? No, I'm just playing.
I shouldn't say it.
Yeah, I'm just playing.
We're talking about the extracted parfum.
Right.
No, that's eau de toilette concentrate.
Yeah. I can tell a huge difference between the two. No, I'm going to give it a hot.
Lower life?
Yeah, it's a hot. I dig the lemon pie vibe, as so many people allude to, like you kind of said that, some people bring up. It's got that vanilla, which I'm a fan of, but it's not like a hardcore cloying vanilla that's gonna, make you choke people out around you. It's very easy to wear. For me, it's one of my favorite Chanel's, so it's gonna get a big hot for me. And like you said, it's free, super easy.
Yeah. Hey, 2 for 2. Okay.
2 for 2.
What you got, Timmy?
Oh man, this is my go-to for the designer level right now. This is my go-to daytime and nighttime. I've been wearing this. This is my most worn fragrance the past month.
Wow.
I love it for the hot weather. It's just so playful, It's so playful, so it's very, very unique. And this is like one of those fragrances that reinvents the wheel. Nothing before this came out, nothing smells like it. Love it.
Yeah.
From Chanel of all places, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
It's great. It's great. Like it's a masterpiece. Well done. But I have nothing else to say about it. I just love it. It does everything right, and it's perfectly unisex. So anyone could wear this if they want to. Yeah, 10, another 10 out of 10.
Another one.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 totally would bang.
Yeah.
Totally already banged.
Oh, already. Ooh. Know about that. Okay. For me, this is actually I thought this would be kind of similar to Ultra Zest in the way that I thought it would be a little bit too heavy, but surprisingly, it's not. I find it very wearable even when the temperature starts to go up. I'd probably reserve this more for the mornings or in the evenings when it's not the dead heat of the day, but it is awesome. It's got that sort of breezy lemon, kind of tart, a little tangy with the vanilla, and it just smells really, really good. And it is a compliment getter. It's a great fragrance, I think, to go on a nice lunch or something, or if you're going for a dinner date. I think it's very classy, and it's a real winner from the House of Chanel. Really, I think up there with Blue de Chanel in terms of myself and how much I enjoy it. So ending on a high note, 4 out of 4 for a Dillon Blanche to end the hot or not for summer fragrances. That was pretty cool. So just looking back, the designers just crushed. I mean, Dillon Blue and Invictus Aqua, what else? Lamal Popeye and Dillon Blanche got the perfect 4 out of 4 for hots.
Brad, you a Ventus hater?
I'm a Ventus hater. Oh my gosh. I thought I escaped it.
Screwed that one up, man.
I did. Look, I hated on a Ventus and Sauvage. That's almost unheard of.
But see, you are very more particular about your fresh scents than all of us.
Both of them were really piercing fresh. So I think that's really not your taste.
Yeah. And honestly, if we're talking fresh, Atelier Cologne versus the world, just saying that right now. But I didn't want to put it on this list just to troll people or something.
Yo, fuck. If Evan's out there,
yeah,
for real, bro. You're that guy. You be the best. You would.
You're number one.
Number one. All right. So we are now at the question and answer portion. I asked a little while ago if you guys had any questions. Make sure that you hit us up. We're going to be answering this for the next probably half an hour or so, if we can, and try and get as many of these in as we can. So I don't know if any of you guys saw any questions that were burning your attention right now, but I'll look through if we haven't seen any yet.
I love this commentary. Okay. Yeah, Brad, you got one. Go for it, man.
I was looking for one actually.
Oh, what? Okay. I have one. If it's
yeah,
cool.
Floor is yours.
This is a random kind of question. I know what Tim's about to say, but would you rather smell like fruit or nature? King Khan asks. For me, it's nature. I've never really been the biggest gourmand perfumery fan, but there are some that I do definitely gravitate to. But in this case, you know, nature, like I do like anything that's coniferous, a lot of stuff that reminds me of outdoors and stuff like that. And it's just stuff that I emotionally could connect with personally. So I like being evocative of what's outside rather than what's on my plate. So yeah, although fruit is part of nature too, but when I think of fruit, I think of stuff that I'm about to eat, and I'd rather not smell like something like a dessert. But that's more often than not for me. But yeah. What about you guys? Ashton, how do you feel?
Yeah, nature also. Like you, I'm a big fan of coniferous type scents. I've said before, like Cape Heartache is a fragrance that I really like. And if you're saying nature also, you could also use things like Silmarin or, you know, more aquatic oceanic type fragrances. So there's a lot of stuff that you can go for there. And I lean toward a lot of those fragrances anyway when I'm talking more niche and indie stuff. So for me, that's pretty easy. It'd be nature.
Nature.
Yeah.
Nice. What about you, Timmy?
This is as much as I love gourmand fragrances, if I look at my collection, I own a lot more nature related fragrances than I do gourmands, because a lot of niche are like very nature oriented, like we're talking oud, you know, like sandalwood, cedar, like all those. A lot of niches lean very nature heavy. Not a lot of them are gourmands. So if I had to pick a favorite, I would have to definitely go natural, because one of my favorite fragrances ever is Silver Mountain Water, right? Correct? That's all nature right there. Yeah. So it's tough to pick just gourmand if I choose to smell like a fruit. And fruit doesn't necessarily mean gourmand as well. So if you're talking sweets and food, I might have like a slightly different answer. But we're talking fruits, you know, just fruits. So I'm like, pick nature all the way.
Yeah. I'm going.
Yo, what's it called? Real quick, Brad. I'm sorry. I see Abai shouting me out in the chat. I just want to, show some love.
I'm actually at Abai's house right now doing the live stream, so he's actually downstairs.
No, you're not.
What?
Okay. Yo, shout out to Nevada's finest right here. You know,
Nevada's finest.
Nevada. And you know, homeboy Tim's in the spot. So like, you know, shout outs, fam. Hope you're doing well. Sweet. Respect.
Yeah, so for me, like, you know, I enjoy fruity scents. I'm not super crazy about them. You know, there's only so many different types of fruits. But again, I'm gonna side with all you guys. Nature. I really love being outdoors. That's why I film outside all the time. It's really awesome, and like I just like, you know, scents that smell again like carnivorous or like trees, like Burberry London. I think that smells like falling leaves under your feet. I really enjoy those types of scents. So again, I'm gonna go with nature over fruity gourmands type of scents as well.
No one wants to smell like falling oranges and apples.
Cool.
No love for Terre d'Hermes.
Terre d'Hermes.
Nope.
That's like falling oranges on like dirty soil.
Dusty, dirty road. Yeah.
No.
That stuff is way too like old manish for me to wear. To be honest, I can't do it.
I agree with Bradley.
Boo. Yeah.
It's
too young.
For you young guys. Yeah.
We're not hip to it yet, I guess. Dang. All right. You guys see any other questions? I may have found one, but
yo, guys, ask your questions. Come on, we need questions.
Yeah, we need some questions up in this up in this thing. So let's see.
Up in the thing? You're so
I've been listening to Drake recently. I'm sorry. He's got.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Right. So.
I saw somebody else asked earlier.
So that's
best release so far 2017. Thought that might be interesting. I would have to think about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure, man.
You haven't been asked that yet. That's a really good question.
Like, how many of them have actually been able to smell, though? You know.
Yeah.
Come out this year.
Wait, so what was the
Check
question?
out my profile.
Huh? So what was the question?
Oh, it was best release of 2017. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah. Like for me, I'm not sure if Aqua Atlantique was that like very late 2016 or was that
It's 2017,
2017?
according to Fragrantica.
I'm going Aqua Atlantique
2017
for me then, because I mean, let's be honest, there hasn't been like a whole lot of crazy, groundbreaking,
Like
not like
mind-blowing
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. A lot of the big houses, Dior, Chanel, they're Yves Saint Laurent, they haven't really done.
They did release the Sauvage Very Cool spray.
Yeah. Oh, true. That lit the game on fire right there. So like just out of the box, But yeah, I mean, for real, it's gonna be.
The order into another level.
They're on a new level. Like Aqua Atlantique, I love that stuff. The more I wear it, the more I enjoy it. So that's my favorite release so far, 2017.
Yeah, I'll be ready in like a few. Soon.
No, it won't start till 10 o'clock.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Sorry,
thanks.
on Manny's mom.
Yeah.
I hear good things about Molecule 4, but I haven't smelled it myself.
Molecule
4.
Yeah, Molecule 04, Eccentric 04. Haven't smelled it.
Okay, I think I have an answer for this, by the way.
What is it?
Yeah, I'd probably go with L'Homme Intense if I had to pick one. Just because, like, when it comes to notable 2017 ones, it's just literally the only one I can think of that I smell that I really like. Like this.
L'Homme,
you guys like them?
Prada L'Homme.
I haven't smelled that one.
Okay. Yep. Literally. Normally I wouldn't have access to be able to smell it, mainly because I live in Niagara Falls, which is like 90 minutes away from where the major releases almost nearly happen instantly in Toronto. But I'm in Toronto like for the next couple weeks, so I actually smelled it yesterday, and it's hard to hate if you already like the initial one.
Yeah, I do. So I'm sure I'll like it.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you're a fan of the clean, soapy Prada style, like I know Ashton is, I am.
Yeah.
If you grew up on that, it's a hard to hate fragrance. Let's just say that. Yeah. So it's everything you think it's going to be. Like in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. So who has a question?
Wait, Ashton, did you answer already?
About my favorite release, I'm not even sure, man. Luna Rossa Carbon, I like that one. Aqua Atlantique, I like that one.
Yeah, there you go. Join the party.
Wow, Brad.
If I was only going to take one of those, I guess it would be Carbon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. I like Prada fanboy.
My answer is if I were to pick a 2017, there's not much that I was super interested in. I do like Atlantique though. Atlantique does smell nice, but my favorite would have to go to Prada L'Homme Intense. It's a good release. If you like the original, you're gonna like that one. Just like Manny said, it's heavier. It's definitely a nighttime. It's not a daytime. Like you wear Prada L'Homme to work, and you wear Prada L'Homme Intense, when you go out. But I still feel like there's other alternatives to that. When you're picking for a nighttime fragrance, it's not the best. But if I had to pick one of my favorite release, it has to be that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like there hasn't been a whole lot of crazy things yet. Hopefully the second half. It's
a fresh year. Like that's my least favorite genre, fresh. So.
Yeah, like what a couple years ago was Oud, right?
Yeah, like I think last year was Sweet, right? Sweet fragrance last year.
Tonka.
Tonka was killing it from 2015. Yeah. Cool. Tonka, that's like Tim's favorite.
Yep.
Tonka.
My favorite was last year, guys. So
Yo, Timmy Tonka. Timmy Tonka.
Timmy Tonka.
Wow, you're gonna go designer? Honest, right? Timmy Tonka. That's hilarious. That's good.
What's the question, guys? What's the question?
It's okay. I think it's fine with.
Let's see, guys.
Oh, that's been answered. That's been answered.
Yeah, guys, let's get some questions going. What
was that?
That was my light.
What was that?
It was a poltergeist knocked it over.
I think that was. Hold up.
I found one question.
I don't even know what. Just
It's not that. Let's see. What was it?
it's this stupid thing.
Oh, your Yves Saint Laurent light. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Why? Yeah.
Hyping the new fragrance.
Squeak chair.
Put this back.
All right, this is a really simple question, and I feel like we can answer this really, really quickly while we look for a heavy question.
Okay.
Yes.
I forgot who asked this, but I briefly saw it. They asked, what are our thoughts on Parfums de Marie Layton? Yeah. Bradley?
So that's like what I think I smelled it like one time. Cardamom, right? And it's kind of fresh. People say it's a little bit like a designer sort of ish fragrance, but it's gonna be very crowd pleasing. Honestly, like there's so many better things from Parfums de Marie that I would rather go for over Layton, because I think Parfums de Marie excels at making just really great heavy dark winter scents. Well, not really dark, but Habden I love Godolphin as well, Herod of course, Ojuan as well, and like that's really where they excel. And I feel like it's a good scent if you like cardamom, if you like sort of spicy scents with a little bit of freshness. I think it's good, but for me, I just find better offerings from that house.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
My thoughts on that is that oh, sorry, Manny. You can go first.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it just because like Layton's good. Definitely Layton's cool with me. Mainly because let's be real with ourselves and like don't take this as disparaging, chat, please. Parfums de Marie is a glorified clone house.
You're always hating on the PDM.
Yeah, right.
Let's call it spade a spade. Like name one standout original fragrance from them.
Layton.
Exactly. Like that's why I'm like cool with it, because it does lean into the boss bottled like Eros kind of vibe, but it's not completely that. Not like Godolphin is Tuscan leather, not like Pegasus is hypnotic poison, not like Herod is the tobacco spices, or Oahan is like Amber Nargile. Like this is like kind of, it has the youthful club takes, but not completely that. So Layton's very good in my opinion, for sure. Yeah.
Cool. Whoa. So my thoughts on this is that, okay, so I tried out Layton. I just tested out yesterday, actually. I sprayed on my hand. I was at Nordstrom. I love the opening. It's the cardamom apple. To me, it smells like a good mix of La Nuit de l'Homme and Boss Bottle. Like I love the apple from Boss Bottle. I love the cardamom from La Nuit de l'Homme. Put those together, it is the perfect opening. But my problem with it is the dry down is not impressive. It's like, oh man, beautiful opening, oh good mid, dry down. It's like, what? Where did it go? Like what is this kind of fragrance? Like I was super disappointed in the dry down. For me, I wouldn't say it's worth buying just because of that experience I had. It's not worth buying. So yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Good opening, sucky dry down.
Yeah, I think it, like you kind of alluded to, it's kind of leaning more designer in terms of when you smell it. It doesn't smell like something hyper unique, but it is really nice smelling. I like the way it smells. I'll probably pick it up eventually. It's not something that I'm like freaking out to get, but yeah, it's really, really nice. And I would say that if anybody out there is thinking about picking it up, or any Parfums de Marie fragrance, they should reach out to Alan at Beverly Hills Perfumery. If you guys are unaware, you can check them out on Facebook. They carry the entire line, and really good to do business with. But yeah, they carry a crap ton of niche fragrances. But what was that?
They have every Montal.
Oh yeah, like every Montal on Earth.
So that means like every oud fragrance ever made.
Screechy Montal oud. They have like some good oud fragrances, Montal, and then they have a bunch of crappy ones.
Yeah, like they'll mix oud with anything. Like they'll put oud and then whatever note they want after it, and then call it a day.
Oud and linen? Why not?
Yeah, why not? Let's
make it work.
Okay. Oud life. Let's see.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, here's a good question too, guys. What are your thoughts on Creed price hikes?
How much did they go up again in price?
Aiden Perez.
I feel like we touched on this.
They go up every every 18 months, something like that. Now, here's the thing with Creed pricing. The reason I'm okay with it is because percentage-wise, it didn't even go up 10%. So it is what it is. But at the end of the day, would you rather them pull a Tom Ford and increase prices slightly and then decrease like perfume oil percentage? Or would you just rather pay more for, the same product year in and year out? I'm gravitating to the latter. I don't like it when shit gets reformulated whatsoever. So, for example, when it comes to designer fragrances, a lot of stuff that is always going to be priced at around $1 per ml range will always get reformulated because they want to keep that price the same no matter what. Inflation's a bitch. We know this. But at the end of the day, you either have to increase the price or keep the price the same and lower what's actually in it. So I'd rather them increase it slightly and keep the product the same. Creed's one of the consistent houses at doing it. So I'm okay with it. Okay with paying that price in general? No, but when it comes to the art of what's that they sell, I'm glad that you like less, like most other houses are. So shout outs to Creed. Could be a lot worse. I'm just saying.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I don't know. I've never bought a Creed at full retail. Not even close. So like, I don't really know how I would feel about that. I mean, it doesn't really affect me anyway because.
But discount still slightly goes up.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
And like, let's say if we're talking about like the brand new Viking, if I want to get my hands on that somehow, if it ever comes out, being that price, does anybody know like what the price would be on that? That would be $4 something, right? For that,
it's going to be around, I believe.
Shipped in. I will ship in to buy Viking.
Yeah, yo, Team Top 5. We should chip in to buy Viking, all of us.
Oh.
And then flip a coin or do a live rock paper scissors for like who keeps the bottle, and everyone else gets decants.
And everyone else prize from the news.
Prize, yeah.
I'm gonna need it for my collection.
You're right. But yeah, like.
But oh God, I'm trying to think. Probably $4.55 for 120.
Yeah, that's insane.
Probably.
Like, there's really hardly any fragrances out there that could be worth that much, like, realistically, in my opinion. So, Creed's gonna do what they're gonna do. They're just gonna raise their prices because they can, because they know people are still gonna buy. So, not much we can do about it. Just gotta, I guess, maybe extra. Yeah, or we could just go on strike, just sell all of our bottles of Creed, and then they'll have.
But we start threatening Creed.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Creed, you better send me a free bottle, or else I'm gonna talk bad about you.
Yeah,
I'll totally listen.
Yeah, probably.
Let's not mention names. Who would actually do that?
Yeah, I was playing. I wasn't serious.
Yeah.
No. I know you weren't, but like, imagine if someone would actually do that.
Oh, that'd be ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
It would be dope to get a bottle, though. I mean,
your fragrance lasts 15
Yeah. Oh wait, you know what? We can start a Patreon drive and be like, okay, this is Team Top 5's like drive to Creed Viking.
drive to the Viking.
We're obviously joking, guys. Like, we could buy this if we felt like it. It's just, I don't know. Timmy, you said the dry down was whatever.
The dry down is the typical Creed amp, like what you expect from the Creed ambergris. So it's nice. It's definitely nice, masculine. But I don't know what the opening smells like yet. The dry down is nice. That's all. So I've had the chance to smell.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Hasn't been hit by that magnificent opening yet.
Yeah.
No.
I have no clue if it's actually.
Hey, Ashton, you see what this guy just commented below? Says you probably got 5 flacons secretly not even released, and you're not telling anyone about it.
I have it.
They're in your vault somewhere.
They are. I'm not telling anybody anything. I'm gonna decant it out and make thousands and thousands of dollars.
Wow, funny.
Yo, Everyday Products has a pretty cool question, I think. What would you do if someone broke in your house and stole all of your fragrances?
Call the police.
Call the police.
That's the only thing you can do. Yeah, and even if someone stole your stuff, what are you going to do like find out who it is, and then like
murder them.
yeah, like,
Revenge.
I'll just do it the right way.
We'll send a secret team top 5 assassins.
Yeah. Like, how'd they even steal all those? Like, they would have to. They would be there for a while. Man.
Especially like Ashton.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, oh, fuck. I'll rob another house.
Yeah, it's too heavy.
Yeah, I would just hear them breaking stuff, and I'd be like, "Hey, I know you're here."
I know you're here.
I guess unless they came while I was gone, but then they'd never get that crap out by the time I got back, unless I was on vacation.
You know what? If they were to break in and steal my fragrances, I think that would be kind of dumb. There's like stuff in the place that is worth a lot more, like my tech setup and stuff like that. So like computers or like you know, my smartphone or my DSR, my point and shoot.
I'm writing down all the contents of Manny's room right now. I'm planning a heist.
Yeah,
Tim, you know
some stuff.
But you know what I'm saying? So like if you're gonna go out here and like try to steal like my couple $100 worth of fragrances or whatnot, like whatever, you probably need the money more than me. Or the fragrance more than me. I can always get another thing. I'll call the police. Ashton's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, or you could just follow your nose. I mean, they're bound to like break one. Just follow the scent trail, and you will find them. Exactly.
Oh man.
Follow the
If I was
deep water
Wolverine.
trail.
Yeah. That would be a crazy sillage. Dang.
Yeah, we all know it doesn't leave that much of a scent trail.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
unfortunately.
Should we each do
that's-
one more question, you think?
Yeah.
And then wrap it up.
Yeah, one more and wrap it up. Yeah, sure.
All right, cool.
If we can find a question.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I saw.
What's going on?
Let's see. Oh wait, never mind. I thought I saw something.
Let's see.
I'll pick an easy one for you.
All right.
All right.
I don't know if this one would count towards it because it's an obvious answer. Who owns the most bottles out of 4 of us?
Not me.
Super obvious.
Oh, I don't see that. Where's that question?
How many thousand bottles do you own?
Ashton
Yeah.
owns more than us times 5.
All just combined.
Ashton's house is a one-stop like shop if you want to go sniff fragrances.
Yeah.
You don't need to go to
just
any
about.
department stores, anything. All the new releases, all the vintage.
Everything.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I do have a lot of crap. Yeah, I have how many? So I store them in bookcases for the most part because it's just easier, and they're like 5 tiers. The ones that used to be behind me were like the cheap ones, and I use those for like a few bottles. But at this point, I've got I think 7 of those bookcases that have 5 tiers on them, like real sturdy ones.
Nice.
And they're all in the other storage room over there. So that's where I keep them all at this point.
That's yeah, when I saw your setup at your old place, I was like, damn, like I wish I had like racks like that. That
Impressive.
was sick. So
Yeah.
I wonder how it's gonna look now. And I wonder if you incorporate that into your set come Gen Sense when you're like furthermore settled in.
Yeah.
But, it's gonna be
That would
cool.
be the plan, I think. Yeah.
Nice. No, I'm looking forward to that. Because like I think seeing the setup with behind you, whether it's you, whether it's Dobes 08, whether it's Jeremy Fragrance, I think it just looks ballin'. And I just think that shit's gangster, you know. So
Yeah.
I respect that. So I saw a really cool fragrance question, by the way. I think it's cool, just because when it comes to fragrances that I like to gravitate to, typically it's around this price range. Jeepin TJ asks, "What's your favorite niche frag under $200 retail?" Ooh. Okay, so if I had to pick one as far as a full size under that price, it's one that I don't even have yet. But every time I smell it, it keeps growing on me, and that's the Eau de Parfum of Philosophos by Diptyque. Be my favorite because, but that's actually 200, so it's 200 or under. So that's why I said Diptyque because it. So,
Yeah.
Dang.
Philosophos for sure.
Yeah, this is difficult, man. Because when you start talking retail, you know,
Yeah.
then I have to start thinking about how much does stuff actually cost.
How's it actually?
Because obviously, like, all creeds are out the window at that point.
Oh yeah. Gone.
Yeah, even some of them at 30 mLs are gone at that point.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
of the popular niche are gone.
Yeah.
A lot of it is, yeah.
Again, like maybe pick a 50 ml.
Yeah, I have mine.
I think you can get some like Mancera, Montal, stuff like that.
You can.
Around that price.
Okay,
Yeah.
Brad, what's yours?
Mine would be Remarkable People, Etat Libre d'Orange. I'm pretty sure
I love your pronunciation of that.
that's correct, right? I took 4 years of French in high school. I don't know.
Etat Libre d'Orange.
Well, I could go with that heavy French accent. That's not even right. But okay. I didn't say that. But yeah, Remarkable People for the price, I think it's really good. I love the grapefruit, the champagne it has in there, the cardamom, ladamum. It has a lot of different stuff that I really enjoy, and it performs pretty nicely on me. And I think it's very underrated. And for the price, the whole entire house is, I think, really, really good for what they offer. Super unique scents.
Yeah, definitely unique. A lot of them.
For that as well, right?
Is it what?
Yes, he does. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Check out that review, guys. I actually really like that review.
Yeah, I was
That's a fire review.
a little bit different.
I think it's like one of my other favorite reviews that you did. So check out that one.
I see Aiden Perez in the comments talk about cold ones. I know homeboy Cuban though, always drinking, you know. But yesterday was Saturday, because like Saturday was like opening up a cold one for the boys, because Saturdays are for the boys. I don't know if you guys follow meme culture, but Saturdays are for the boys is like the coolest meme of 2017 for me.
Every day.
Always a cold one for the boys, guys. Always a cold one.
Always the cold one.
It's so funny. I don't even drink beer, but respect to that meme. I love it. Yeah.
So, if I was to pick under $200 favorite niche, I would have to go. Man, there's really not a lot.
You're gonna go with a 50 ml of Reflection Man or something.
Right.
That's what
No. Actually, under $200, I have a great house. I would pick Pardon, but not Tomato.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So,
Yeah, and Reflection to 50 mil is $235 retail, so it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
180 for Pardon. Strong performing fragrance, sexy, unique, great wintertime, signature scent worthy. I can go on and on and on, but you guys can research that yourself. Just a great fragrance, guys. Pick it up. Best from the house, in my personal opinion, for my personal taste.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, I'm thinking like Histoire de Parfum, Aiden Bob, Mancera, like all those kind of retail for under 200.
Those are good albums.
Yeah, they've all got some really, really good ones. I might end up just going straight up generic and go with like Mancera, Cedrat Boisé, or whatever.
I wouldn't say that's generic, but that's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's just, it gets talked about a ton, but super versatile, easy to wear,
Thanks
smells
to
really
Ventus
nice.
clone talker people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's got some similarities, but yeah, definitely not a clone.
No, not a clone. No, man.
No.
Bond9.com, that's a clone.
Oh.
Laventura, that's a clone.
Yeah.
Pineapple Vintage.
HTTP bond.com, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That's
That's the retail for. It retails for over 200, I'm pretty sure.
I think that one is 260.
Yeah. I own it, but I don't know what it retails for.
Yeah, because you wouldn't pay retail for a Bond, like a normal person.
No, hell no.
Bond retails for I think for 100 ml is 300 something bucks, and for
It's 320 for Bleecker Street.
235 to 450.
Yeah, they all have kind of like different prices. Okay, bond9.com is 250 for 100 mil. But yeah, their prices are all over the place. Like Manhattan is 305, New Harlem's 265. So they're
Bleecker
all
Street's 320.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can get the Dubai collection for 550, which is
Get out.
not remotely
Get out of here.
Yeah, 550.
Clive Christian territory.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
And it's super. I don't want to hate on it, but I mean it's really synthetic. The ones that I've smelled from the Dubai collection. So for 550, it's like
Fine.
fuck
That's it.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whose turn is it to answer their last question?
You got two more questions, right? Of Ashton and Bradley.
Ashton, yeah.
Let me see.
I just asked them to ask any final questions. So you have
I think I see some. Yeah.
last ones. I'm gonna go back a little bit more.
Slumber House is interesting. Yeah, you're right, Timmy.
Still looking.
Why isn't Kuba asking us a question? Is he still here?
He's still drinking.
I saw something.
Always a cold one for the boys, man. That's why he's here, guys.
Yeah.
Always a cold one for the boys. That's sick. Oh,
a guy just asked. Kurt Baker asked if it's okay to store fragrances in refrigerator, crisper. Any suggestions? Wine refrigerator, right?
What's a crisper?
I have no idea. That beats me.
Is that a British thing?
It may be. Like I was actually.
Well, I know that potato chips are called crisps.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
I'm probably sounding like an idiot right now.
Like.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know what it is either. Like frick. And I'm like, crisper.
Yeah, when I hear crisper, I think of like a deep frying thing. You probably wouldn't store your fragrances in it.
Yeah. Like, I was actually
stored in a deep fryer.
debating buying like a wine cooler to store on my
the lower part, like the freezer? The freezer.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Honestly, I think the best way to do it, and I haven't done the scientific method on this.
Oh, he says it's where you put the vegetables, so that's the freezer. That's what they're saying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it does say that on my fridge, yeah. Real talk, though, like, I think the best way to do it is so it doesn't undergo that many temperature changes.
Yeah.
So if you're going to put everything in a wine cooler and then whip it out and then spray yourself with it, and then it's in your hands developing like heat, and then you have to put it back in. I figured that might not be the greatest thing for the fragrance versus just it in a cool area the whole time. So for me, I'd do cool, dark area, preferably like, I live in the basement, and it's fairly dark where I keep my fragrances to begin with. If you want to cover them with like, like that opens and closes and stuff like that, that's cool too. But yeah, like wine cooler, some people do that. I know it works for them. I haven't tried it, but is it worth trying? I don't know. For me, my stuff still smells good over time. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like as long as you keep it out of direct sunlight, keep it cool, you're good to go. So like I said 2 seconds ago, I've got like a storage room over here, and right now I'm it's kind of like a basement. It's ground level, but there are 2 floors above me. But it stays coolest down here, so I keep it in that storage room with the lights off, no direct sunlight, and it's cool, and everything's good to go.
I agree on that. I'm probably the worst at keeping fragrances, but I keep them at a steady temperature. Like my room is always the same temperature throughout the day, no matter what. But my fragrances are not in dark places. But it's not in direct sunlight either. I have my fragrances display around my room because that's how I like my room to be, is to reflect myself. So I have my fragrances, my camera equipment just display around. I don't know, it feels more like my room, if you know what I mean. That's just my style. But I keep my room temperature very steady. I keep the fragrances out of direct sunlight, but they're on display, like around my room. So I think as long as you keep them in the same temperature, they should be fine.
Okay. Cool. All right. Should we get one last question in? And then
it's on you, fam.
Call it all right.
Look at that. Look at Kuba's question.
I was just checking that one out. So, Kuba's question is, what was the first fragrance you were wearing when you first laid pipe? He said he's wearing Tar Van Cleef and Arpels.
That's a deep fragrance too.
All right, Cuba, we're gonna do this one for you to end on a high note, I guess.
Yeah.
I was gonna use this in a story time video one day.
All right.
I'll say that.
You should gather questions like that and use it for a tag video.
Definitely. Oh yeah.
See him actually do the video.
All right.
Oh, that'd be hilarious tag. For me, it was Lacoste Pour Homme by Lacoste. I still am a big fan of that fragrance for what you could get it for. So it's vanilla plum, super versatile, very youthful, very inexpensive smelling, but at the same time, the sillage smells very good, in my personal opinion. Laid pipe, wow. I don't have to say like anything else, do I? How do I answer this? What's it called? Let's see. Yes, I got a compliment. If I don't know, like I'm not gonna get into it. That's it. Like seriously, you guys would think differently of me if I said furthermore.
Okay.
I'm dead. Like, Yeah, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I think I told him this story actually.
Yeah, you did.
Like, I can't even right now. Okay, next, please.
Yeah, so that would have been back in my Aqua de Joe days. So classic. It works. But yeah. Aqua de Joe, I looked it up just now. It came out in '96. So yeah, it'd been out for a few years at that point, but I don't know, man. It was a banger back then. You got compliments every single time you wore it, and everybody loved it. So I wore it for years, and there you go, Aqua de Joe.
Right. What about you, Timmy?
I started the fragrance game like just last year. So when I first laid pipe, I didn't wear any fragrance.
Yeah.
Same. Such a funny way to describe that, man.
Yeah.
When I first laid pipe.
He asked that. I was like, man,
we're using the term.
That's such a Cubano way to ask that question.
Yeah.
Dude, I love it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I didn't wear any.
Oh, you know what? It's funny. I thought about it. You know who could do a video with this if it's not going to be a tag? Top 5 scents to lose your virginity to. That's some Lex Ellis shit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think we should start that tag video.
Tag video. Yes,
Yeah.
Ashley, that's right.
Yeah. We need to go ahead and start that
Of course. Yeah.
I'm going to tag Carlos and Steven both.
Oh.
You see it?
Oh,
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
No, that's unreal. Brad, what's your answer?
So for me, I'm the same way as Timmy. Like I was late in the game, so first time wasn't really wearing anything. But
man, I was 15 when this happened. What were you guys doing? Like not wearing fragrances?
Dude, no, I was like 19, 18. Like I was 19. I don't know. I just never got into it. But like the first one, like time that I actually started collecting, and the first time I did when I was wearing something was CH Man Carolina Herrera. Was that one? It was made out to be like the one night stand fragrance, and that's what I used it for. So it seemed to go pretty good. No much more said than that, but yeah. So that was mine right there.
I hope my mom doesn't watch this.
I know, right? I'm pretty sure like we need to figure out who is actually watching this right now. Dang. All right, guys. So that was the end of Team Top 5 live stream number 3. Thank you for all your viewership as always, and sticking with us through our shenanigans this video, and an interesting way to end.
Yeah, it was a good way.
Yeah. And Timmy, you're going to be hosting this next week?
Next week, yes. It's going to be on my channel. Hopefully no one looks like Potato because I'm hosting from the west side.
The west side.
Yeah, west side. Yeah. Let's see how that's going to work out. Super excited, of course. We're going to have some fun stuff for you guys next week and for every week after that, as always.
Of course, yeah. If you guys want us to keep going, just let us know. We're going to ride this thing into the sunset. So if you guys want to check out channels of Gents Scents, Cascade Scents, and Magic Scent, we have them linked in the description box down below, so you can go and be sure to subscribe and check out all their amazing content that they do as well. So that's going to about wrap up this live stream number 3. If we can get a peace out, shout out from everybody. Thank you guys for coming on. It was a really fun time. Yep. And should be 7 o'clock again. Next
you guys can't see me, so I have to actually say something. Peace out.
Peace out. All right. We'll see you, Timmy. Thanks for coming on.
Yep.
Peace, Manny. Peace, Ashton. We'll see you guys later.
Yep. See you.
Bye, guys.